And brought to you in part by Beck Oil Company, Blackhawk Brokerage, and Derek Brayton, Edward Jones.
By Dressbach Distributing, Eureka Savings Bank, and Family Pride Cleaners.
By First State Bank, Gerkovich Chiropractic, and Heartland Auto Body.
By Illinois Valley Credit Union, LaSalle Body and Fender, and The Locker Room.
By Map Quality Fencing and Deck, Spring Valley City Bank, and Subway of LaSalle.
By Surf Internet, Taylor Services, and Town and Country Services.
By Triple Service and WeTech Wealth Management.
Watch the Cavs all season on the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel, or listen on FM 1039, AM 1220, or with WLPO's mobile app. Now, LaSalle Peru Cavalier football, presented by Geneseo Communications Fiber Me Fast on 1039 WLPO.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Howard Fellows Stadium for Week 4 of LP High School football. The Cavaliers at home once again, and tonight's opponent is Morris. Jeremy Aiken, Derek Brayton bringing you tonight's game, and the freshman-sophomore game just completed now, and it's a big one, big win for the LP freshman-sophomores. They win going away 41-8. Morris was up in this game 8-0. And then LP ran off 41 unanswered points against the Redskins. And the LP freshman and sophomore improved to 4-0 on this season. Mentioned joining me tonight is my partner Derek Brayton. And Derek, obviously this is now conference play week 4. And Morris 2-1, LP 2-1. But those were all non-conference games. Now these games take even more meaning in the Interstate 8, and when you only have 5 conference games, there's very little margin for error if you want to be a conference champion.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week. Some tough teams in this conference. Sycamore, Caneland, Rochelle this year, very good. And you mentioned it. You don't want to get behind the 8 ball early, so it's a big game for LP, I think.
Yeah, Morris is always kind of a standard. You really find out where you are when you play Morris, Sycamore, and Caneland. And LP really gets that measuring stick early this year, earlier than they've played Morris in a long time. Week number 4 of the schedule. Of course, Morris had a big test last week, and they lost to Peoria High in a shootout, 58-52. LP, meanwhile, had their way last week with arch rival Ottawa, 33-0. So you could look at it one way, Derek, if you have a great high-powered offense in Morris and a very stingy defense in LP.
Yeah, it'll be a interesting game tonight, I think, from that regard. To put up 52 points against Peoria is not abnormal because they just run it all over the field. Yeah. It's like a fast-breaking basketball team. The scores in the hundreds, so it's kind of hard to see. And Morris is a little bit younger in some skill positions, so maybe LP can take advantage of that. We'll see. And certainly their defense is not going to be easy to score 50 points on. There's no way. So
yeah, I mentioned LP got a shutout last week, and game 1, of course, LP's defense gave up just the 16 points to UT, and in their one loss, they gave up 22 to Metamoris. So LP's defense through 3 games has given up 38 points. When I do the quick math, that is just shy of 13 points a game. And you're going to win a lot of football games if you can keep the average on defense down to about 13 points a game. But their defense will be tested. Morris coming into tonight with 114 points on the season. Obviously, last week they had over 50 points against Peoria. Some of the other games, Derek, in the Interstate 8 that we'll be paying attention tonight. Caneland is at Ottawa, and Sycamore at Rochelle. That'll be a big one, big test. Of course, 2 of the heavyweights, you would think. Rochelle being brought back into the Interstate 8 this year, of course, and Sycamore, a team that beat Morris last year in the postseason. Sycamore Morris have been kind of battling with Caneland being the third team, if you will, in recent years, but that'll be an early test to see Rochelle and Sycamore. And some of the other games from our area tonight, Princeton is on the road at Kewanee. We talk about LP Ottawa. That's kind of a big rivalry like that. Princeton's coach, I think, said it's the 126th meeting between Princeton and Kewanee.
Didn't realize that, but proximity. You know, Prince and Kewanee, similar, and got some other close games. You know, St. Bede and Seneca tonight.
Yeah, that should be an interesting one.
A good one.
St. Bede's already obviously been tested with some heavyweights, and yet another one tonight with the Seneca Irish, who come in ranked in Class 3A. And we mentioned ranked Morris is rated 9th in Class 5A. They did drop a few spots after the loss against Peoria High. They were rated 5th in Class 5A a week ago. Looking at the rankings and some other teams in the Interstate 8, I mentioned Canelan, Derek. They're 9th in Class 6A. They're 3-0 start. And Sycamore is a 5A team, and they are rated 4th. Well, let's see. Let me get to make sure. Sycamore's 5th in Class 5A, and Rochelle is 10th. So a battle of two top 10 teams there.
Yeah, it'll be a good one there. And Rochelle, see how they do as coming over, like you said, coming up into the larger side of the conference. And, you know, we'll see how LP can handle this tonight. I would look at Morris kind of like a Metamora team.
Yes.
Usually physical, bigger in the lines, but Morris tends to have a little bit more passing game than maybe usually, but we'll see what happens here tonight.
Yeah, and we'll have Jose Medina kind of break down Morris and our coach's interview that's coming up around the corner. You're listening to LP Cavalier Football on 103.9 WLPO and on the Starved Rock Media channel. Of course, Cavaliers are presented by Fiber Me Fast by Geneseo Communications. Experience fast today. Find out more at geneseo.com. And you're listening to the Triple Service pregame show brought to you by Triple Service Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. If you're thinking about a new furnace, the experts at Triple Service will help you pregame a plan that is just right for your home and budget. We're going to take a short break. We come back. We'll have our game time weather. We'll have our keys to the game. And coming up quick, we'll have our WeTech Wealth Management coin toss as well. LP and Morris, week 4. Both teams at 2-1. Should be a fun one tonight. Derek Brayton, Jeremy Aiken on your home of LP Cavalier Football, 103.9 WLPO, and on YouTube, Starved Rock Media.
Hard to believe, but it happens every day, right here in the Illinois Valley. People use checking accounts that don't pay them a dime of interest. Even worse, they pay fees just to use their own money. Illinois Valley Credit Union has a better way. Members of IVCU enjoy high-yield checking, paying 3% interest with no monthly fees or minimum balance. If you live, work, or worship in LaSalle, Bureau, or Putnam counties, you can become an IVCU member and open your own high-yield checking account. Visit ivcu.com or in person in Brew or Princeton today to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Fall. The best time of year. The kids are back in school. Cooler days. Leaves changing colors.
I'm just tired of losing golf balls and all those leaves. Speaking of cooler days, it's the perfect time to get your home ready for fall with a furnace checkup from Triple Service. Regular maintenance for your furnace ensures that your system will run efficiently and reliably, so you can enjoy cozy days ahead without any worries. Don't wait. Schedule your fall furnace checkup with Triple Service today.
Gabe, can't you just drop a ball when no one is looking?
Stick around for more great rock after the game on 103.9 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Jeremy Aiken and Derek Brayton back as we continue our Triple Service pregame show. Time now for our game time weather. It is brought to you by Town & Country Services. Whether it's hot, cold, dark, or light, Town & Country is doing whatever it takes 24/7. To see what they can do for you, go to townandcountryservices.com. It is a warm one, and according to the Weather Channel, still 78 degrees here in Peru, and a high today of 91. And going to be clear skies. The sun is definitely down now at Howard Fellows, and the sunset, Derek, getting earlier and earlier by the day.
It is, and that's unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
For the golfers and such. But tonight, you know, we've said this for the last 3 weeks. It's been, or last 3 home games. Anyway, it's been warm, and the players like it a little bit cooler. Today, no breeze, so that's definitely not going to help things. We saw some cramping last week, and that'll probably be the case. It's a warm one.
Yeah, my partner mentioned that, and then you look at Old Glory in the southwest part of the stadium, and the fans are not moving at all. They're like Derek said, no breeze here tonight at Howard Fellows Stadium. So that is your weather, game time weather, brought to you by Town & Country Services. Time now for our Surf Internet keys to the game. The keys to this LP Cavaliers football game are sponsored by Surf Internet. Surf Internet is your key to faster and more reliable internet service. To unlock faster internet for your home or business, contact Surf Internet today. And partner, we kind of discussed this before the game. I think we both agreed two big keys for LP. The first one is the run game. The Cavaliers, Marion Persic was fantastic last week, but Morris knows that it's a freshman back there. They're going to put pressure on him. So the LP offensive line and running game is just going to have to take some of the pressure off number 8 tonight.
That's right. We'll look at Moriarty, and they got to mix in a little bit of, Arzola maybe. And, and we saw Hagee a little bit last game as well out of the backfield. The offensive line, they've got to get that running game a little bit better to take some pressure off the quarterback, because Morris will be coming. There's no question about it.
Yeah, a team like Morris, when they see a 9 at the grade level for a quarterback, as any team should, you definitely want to test him and test him early. They've seen the film, I'm sure, and will come in here with plenty of respect for Marion Persic, especially after seeing him last game. But yeah, it would behoove LP to get that running game going. And our other key, Derek, I know you were wearing your hand out marking the penalties last week. Yeah, it's one thing to get by with a win last week against Ottawa, but if they get even close to double-digit penalties tonight, a team like Morris is not going to let you to skate by with all those penalties.
Yeah, that would be a disaster. 15 penalties, 145 yards last week. That's like giving 2 touchdown drives, really, throughout the game. So, yeah, they have to be a little more disciplined today. Get the play calls in a little quicker, give your offense time to set up, and give Marion time to look things over and get comfortable. So, yeah, they definitely need to limit the penalties tonight.
So those are our Surf Internet keys to the game. Get the running game going if you're LP, and try to limit the yellow flags, the personal foul penalties, especially the holding penalties or backbreakers. And you're going to get some penalties throughout the night, but 15 could really cost you, as we said, against a state-ranked team like Morris. Some of the other games, again, we're going to follow tonight. Derek mentioned St. Bede's home to Seneca. Ottawa hosting Canelan. Marquette's home against Dwight. Streeter is at Mantino. Mendota is home to Monmouth Roseville. Bureau Valley is at Farmington. And Fieldcrest is home to Westmont. Tomorrow, an 8-man football, Amboy Lamoille, the defending state champs, to Bushnell Prairie City. So that's your Friday night rundown on week 4. Again, freshman sophomore here was all LP over Morris by a score of 41-8, and the LP freshman sophomore team now moving to 4-0 on the season. At halftime, we'll talk about some of the other sporting activities that are happening this weekend at LP High School. There's a lot going on. There's a couple golf meets, big cross country meet tomorrow as well, and LP hosting a swimming pentathlon as well this weekend. So it's kind of scary to think that probably won't be all that much longer. Some of these fall sports are going to start getting into regional play before you know it.
Yeah, they sure are. St. Bede has a couple golf matches left. They seem to start a little bit earlier this year, and I think that's a thing to try not to have those state tournaments being in the cold of end of October when it seems to be 40 degrees every year. You're golfing in a stocking hat, so you're right. It's the season seems to be shorter. It's just I think it was moved up a week or so. So yeah, I'd be sad to see the summer go. I'm do not like the cold. I'm sorry.
Well, hopefully Northern Nature knows that we are still supposed to have fall and not just go from summer straight to winter. So we'll hold out hopes. Next week's supposed to be more fall-like with, I think, under 70 degrees or right around 70 for highs most days next week. We're waiting the captains to come out on the field for tonight's coin toss, as we've not seen that occur yet. There's going to be a special treat, and Sab, if you want to show, I believe, as part of the pregame band performance, I saw them practicing the junior high band, I believe, Yeah, they're walking out on the field. So you got the junior high band performing tonight with the high school band. So it's a special treat. I think they're going to do the fight song and the national anthem tonight. So if we can, Sab, if you'd like, definitely to have that video for you for the band parents. Of course, we'll have the band and Cavaliers performance at halftime as well, thanks to our friends at Blackhawk Brokerage at halftime. So I'm always kind of bummed, Derek, when watching college football. And I get it, they got to have their talking heads, their studio analysts, and you got to pay the bills with commercials. But I would love a college broadcast to show the band once in a while at halftime.
Yeah, you had said that once before. It's certainly entertaining. I mean, we do see some of them that are more, Ohio State, they dot the I,
right.
USC and Michigan, and but yeah, they work hard. They work hard.
Yeah, and that's a big part of going to a football game on a Friday night to me is hearing the band play. That's part of the atmosphere, and obviously LP's band, a big part of what happens here at Howard Fellows Stadium, and they're going to have some help tonight, the high school band with the junior high students as they're coming out to the field right now. We're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have the coach's interview tonight. Head coach Jose Medina sat down with me, and all year long our coach's interviews and injury updates are brought to you by LaSalle Body and Fender. When your car gets banged up, call LaSalle Body and Fender. For 24-hour towing, call LaSalle Body and Fender. Jeremy Aiken, Derek Brayton, as we continue our triple service plumbing, heating, and cooling electric pregame show. We'll come back with our coach's interview after this. LP and Morris. Probably about 5-10 minutes away from kickoff here from Howard Fellows Stadium. Stay tuned for more LP pregame coverage on 103.9 WLPO.
Have you been to Subway in LaSalle lately? They have new sandwiches you just have to try. Like Subway's honey mustard barbecue chicken, spicy nacho chicken, or cheesy garlic steak. Plus, Subway in LaSalle has new foot-long dippers for just $3. Pepperoni and cheese with Baja Chipotle, chicken and cheese with honey mustard, and double cheese with peppercorn ranch. Hungry after practice or need a snack or a quick meal before the game? Think Subway in LaSalle. Subway, eat fresh.
Cavalier pregame show continues now with our LaSalle Body Coach's preview interview with head coach Jose Medina. Coach, last week winning over Ottawa in pretty big fashion. I'm sure there was some emotions given the injury the week before. You guys went out the night before the game and visited Dane and Peoria, and the offensive line goes out, gives your quarterback time, opens some holes on the ground game, and just a team effort and a big win.
Yeah, definitely. I think we played well. We kind of started out slow again. It took a little bit. Getting that touchdown before the half was a big boost to us too, and we came out, didn't move the ball very well, and then we just once again defense did a good job of stopping them, and by that time I think they were just getting tired out, and we took advantage of that, and we just kind of started moving the ball. Marion made some big plays with his feet, and had a pretty good game throwing the ball and running the ball.
And Mikey Hartman stepped up. Obviously Noah Zebron dressed, but has been banged up. Hartman had a big game and turned into at least that game as Marion's favorite receiver.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mikey's been doing a great job for us this year. He's playing both sides of the ball. He's a talented kid. Like you said, he's one of Marion's favorite targets at the moment.
Now shifting gears, obviously now in a conference play, and boy, what a way to start it with Morris. They had a wild one last week against Peoria. I'm sure you watched some of that film. What are we looking at for this year's Morris team?
You know what? They like to pass the ball a little bit more. They got a big offensive line up front. It's been their MO for the last couple of years, but yeah, I think they like to run the ball. They'll run the ball, but it looks like they want to pass the ball a little bit more. But once again, when you got big guys like a Wheeler type kid that can throw the ball, that can catch the ball, you're going to do that. And I think they're battling some injuries too. I think they lost their starting running back too. There's no slouching. They got the next guy coming in, and he does a pretty good job too as well.
We talked about they lost a shootout last week. They put up a lot of points. You guys had a shutout. out. It's in one way you look at it, it could be your guys' stout defense against a run and gun high scoring offense.
Yeah, definitely. I think our defense has been playing well the last 3 weeks. They do a great job of trying to stop the run, and when they can, they'll make some turnovers. They get some turnovers too to help the offense. But yeah, I think it's going to be it's always going to be a fist fight with those guys. We're just looking forward to taking on the Morris team.
Final thing for you, Coach, as always, the injury update. I know you guys have been battling, same with seemingly every football team, with some illnesses, and obviously you've had some injuries as well. I guess just a summary of the Cavaliers coming into this Friday night's game.
Yeah, definitely. We've been battling some sicknesses, but kids kind of jump in, and we always preach about the next man in. And this past week against Ottawa, we had that type of effort. Some of our players that are like our second teamers and stuff like that. So yeah, same thing this week. We got some guys that are banged up a little bit, just sickness. Unfortunately, we're going to do the next guy in. So we'll be ready. We'll be ready to go this week.
Well, Coach, I want to wish you the best of luck against Morris, and let's get him.
All right. Thank you very much.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy. That you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
It's new, and it's for your pet and you. Tales on the Trails at Starved Rock Lodge. On Saturday, November 9th, go on a guided hike to St. Louis Canyon and back with your furry friend, or feathered friend, or even scaly friend. Take the pet pledge and get a certificate for your pet. Pick up your waste, leash every time and everywhere, and finally, stay on the trails. You can sign up now at starvedrocklodge.com or call the activities office at 815-220-7386. Tales at Starved Rock Lodge. Starved Rock Lodge.
Well, we're back here at our pregame show, our triple service pregame show, as the coin just went in the air as we had our celebrity coin toss. I'm not sure who the celebrity is tonight. They usually bring out a sponsoring business of LP Athletics, and the Cavaliers and Morris are out there. Looks like Morris perhaps won the coin toss. The coin toss tonight, Derek, not so much who won it, but Jose had mentioned that Morris has been battling injuries, and Zwiers, who his older brother AJ has absolutely destroyed LP in the past few years, and Griffin, the younger brother, a captain, is in street clothes for Morris, and also in street clothes is their other captain, Blaine Bashore, a quarterback linebacker. Now Varner's their starting quarterback, but those are two key players for Morris in street clothes tonight, so I wish them well at a quick recovery, but
after this game, right? So.
Yes, after this game.
So two captains and two a good running back, no question about it. Two linebackers possibly that are both out. So unfortunate for them, and maybe that'll help LP certainly against the Morris running game anyway.
Morris won the coin toss. I moved away, I took my eyes away from the field for a second and didn't quite see what they chose to do. We'll find out soon enough if they chose to receive or defer, but I do know that Morris won the coin toss, and tonight's coin toss brought to you by WeTech Wealth Management in LaSalle. Don't leave your financial future up in the air. Contact a professional at WeTech Wealth Management in LaSalle for sound investing and financial advice. Of course, tonight, we'll also have our Subway scoreboard update, and Subway, longtime scoreboard sponsor. Stop in your local Subway in Spring Valley, Peru, LaSalle, Marseilles, Ottawa, Oglesby for a sandwich made with freshly baked bread and fresh ingredients right in front of your eyes. Subway, eat fresh. And the Illini are playing tonight. Big game, two top 25 teams And so far, so good. Derek, Illini midway through the first. They are leading Nebraska 7-0. So obviously Nebraska's been down quite a while lately as well. So it'll be an early test for both of those teams.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch. We'll have to watch it on delay when we get home tonight. But, yeah, that'll be a good one. Illinois, it's fun to see them finally maybe putting a good season together. Of course, they've still got some teeth in their schedule as well. So it'll be a tough season for them, but good to see them off to a good start.
And speaking of off to a good no surprise here, Derek, Princeton on the board early in their game against Kewanee. Between the Tigers and Boilermakers. Princeton up early 7-0. That game on our sister station, 99.3 WAJK. Over on 96.5 The Wolf, early on in the first, Sherrard has struck first. They lead Hall 6-0. 14-0, 14-6 actually. Farmington with the lead over Bureau Valley in the first. And early on, Fieldcrest strikes first. The Knights leading Westmont 8-0. Again, some of the other games we'll be looking for scores tonight. St. Bede home to Seneca. Ottawa hosting Caneland. Marquette home to Dwight, and Streeter at Mantino, and Mendota will have a tough game tonight. The Trojans welcome in Monmouth Roseville. So we do have a boys soccer final from today. Salmonaught beat Princeton 4-2. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back. LP football moments away on 103.9 WLPO and at Starved Rock Media YouTube.
We know experience and relationships matter. With 133 years of combined expertise, our lending team is here to offer personalized service tailored to your unique needs. Whatever your banking needs, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. We're proud of our relationships in the community and customers. At Spring Valley City Bank, we work for you. Visit our Spring Valley or Peru locations or call 815-663-2211. Do business with your friends and neighbors at Spring Valley City Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Improve the appearance and value of your home with new replacement windows and doors from Coolmaster. Stop in now and ask about Coolmaster's selection of Energy Star rated windows and doors. They'll help you reduce your energy consumption year-round. Invest in your biggest investment with help from Coolmaster. For a free estimate, call or visit the Suarez family at Coolmaster. They've been serving the Illinois Valley for more than 60 years on 2nd Street in downtown LaSalle. Coolmaster, the area's leader in window and door replacement.
On your radio, on your mobile, and your smart speaker too. Starved Rock Local, 103.9 WLPO.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem tonight. It is junior high band night at LP High School. So job well done to all the boys and girls of course, the LP High School band and the junior high high school band members. So a great round of applause and a great job done. LP, I would say, is in good hands. Their band is in good hands for the future after hearing that great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. So we're about ready for football here. It's 7:30, and again, the freshman-sophomore game was all LP. 41-8 over Morris, and they improved to 4-0 on this season. Let's go and do the uniform description tonight. Cavalier uniform description brought to you by Family Pride Cleaners. Proud LP alum, Family Pride Cleaners takes pride in their work just like the Cavaliers do. Follow Family Pride Cleaners on Facebook today. Of course, the Cavaliers in their traditional green home unis, green pants with the red and white trim, white numbers, and Morris with their white shirts, and it's not red. What's the color?
Maroon.
Maroon, yeah. I like my alma mater, Moline. Mm-hmm. And the maroon helmets, maroon numbers for Morris.
Some yellow trim in there usually on the sleeves, but single letter M now on the side of the helmet.
Have they changed the helmets now? Looked like the freshman sophomore still had the
Indian,
the mascot of old.
Well, all right, maybe so,
but maybe not. I don't know. I know. Taken a while to institute. I know the school board voted to, I believe, change the mascot, but I don't think there's been any movement on getting a new one. So we'll stay tuned for that. We'll call Morris tonight and LP. But renewal of this rivalry, it's been a pretty one-sided, Derek. Morris has a couple of playoff wins, too, in the last 5 years against LP. Cavaliers did beat them in the COVID year, the spring season of 2021. But Morris, of course, they've said that a lot about a lot of teams that they've played, that they've dominated the series. But, boy, what a pick-me-up this would be for LP tonight in front of their home crowd. And you win, you're 3-1, and obviously you get a conference win to start the season and homecoming next week. But can't look past and get excited about homecoming. Got business to take care of tonight.
Yeah, they have an opportunity. There's no doubt. We shouldn't write them off. I hope I didn't, make it seem like Morris has this in the back, because that's not the case at all. LP certainly has a chance. They got to protect their quarterback, move the ball on the ground as well. Defense plays their normal up to par game, and they'll have a chance. And again, we mentioned there's a couple of key injuries on the other side that doesn't hurt things at all. So LP definitely has a chance here this evening.
Yeah, Cavaliers with their own shed of injuries. Obviously, Dane Wyszynski out for the season, and Danny Beavers got hurt during warm-ups last week, one of their top linebackers. So that'll hurt LP. Number 9, Danny Beavers. You can see him down on the field. He's got his left arm in a sling. So hopefully a quick recovery for Danny. He's a big part of this LP defense at linebacker. Both teams early on. Football's a rough sport. And I know Coach Medina, Derek, was telling me they were battling a lot of sickness. A lot of kids were coming down with stuff this week, too.
It's really, my wife's grade school teacher, same thing there. Kids are out.
Wow.
4 or 5 kids in a class are out. St. Bede, same thing. They've got kids that are sick. It's been going around. I don't know if it's, I thought it was summer cold, I said, on my son, but it's traveling.
So hopefully we have an injury-free game tonight. We are finally set for football. As I think both teams agreed to cut the clock a little short, and let's just get to it. Morris won the coin toss, and they have chosen to receive. So Morris wins the WeTech Wealth Management coin toss. Don't leave your financial future up in the air. Contact the professionals at WeTech Wealth Management in LaSalle for sound investing and financial advice. Doing the opening kick for LP, of course, is Jacob Gross. And tonight's opening kickoff brought to you by Illinois Valley Credit Union. Open a yield checking account paying 3% interest with no monthly fees or minimum balance. If you live, work, or worship in LaSalle, Bureau, or Putnam counties, you can become an IVCU member. So we are ready for the opening kickoff. LP and Morris, the Cavaliers, will be kicking south to north here at Howard Fellows Stadium. Week number 4 is underway as Jacob Gross gets ready to run up to the ball, and here we go. He had one touchback last week. This one's going to take an angle bounce at about the 10. Bobbled initially by the Morris player at the 20, 25, and if you take him down about the 27, that was Bryce Varner, I would assume the younger brother, or I guess they're the same grade.
Twins,
Brady and Bryce Varner. We're going to hear Brady Varner a lot. You're going to hear him a lot. He is their quarterback. So a return out to the 29-yard line of Morris. 1st and 10. The visitors will begin their first drive of the night. Spread. And you heard Coach Medina say they are going to throw a lot. And Morris comes right out with a spread offense. 2 receivers to each side of Varner, the junior quarterback, and they'll send one of those receivers in motion. And Varner going to keep it, looking to make a few moves. He does. Gets out to about the 33-yard line. And making the tackle for the Cavaliers. Looks like Brevin Vogel will get credit with the tackle. Gain of 4 on the quarterback keeper by Varner. And Morris quickly. No huddle. Varner going to keep it again. Jukes. One defender cannot get by Arzola. Wow, Adrian came up and lit Varner up. And that's going to be a no gain for Varner. Arzola came from the defensive backfield and made the big tackle. But, Derek, we see a no-huddle offense for Morris here.
Yeah, they're going quickly and try to keep LP on their heels. We'll see.
Watch the ball.
3rd and 6. We're 1 minute into this game. Morris won the coin toss. and chose to receive. They've had 2 running plays by their quarterback to start. And in motion.
Looking right at 27.
And Morris is going to pass. Varner looking, throwing. It's incomplete.
Good job, D.
He was looking for their number 1 receiver, Jack Wheeler, the Division I baseball recruit. And he threw it towards the LP sideline, incomplete. Ryland Rinkewitz was there on coverage. So LP's defense with a quick 3 and out against Morris.
Yeah, they got some nice penetration up the middle that time, flushed him out of the pocket. He was looking left the whole way, but then he was forced to throw on the run. It's difficult.
Yes.
Right moving left. It's right-handed. It's tough to throw.
Back deep for LP appears to be Arzola. And who's got it? Hartman or Arzola? Arzola's going to catch it to the 27, and Adrian goes down to the 30. So that's the confidence a team like Morris has. You saw last week Ottawa wanted no part of Arzola after seeing what he did in the first 2 games, but Morris says, you know what, we're not scared. We're going to kick it right to Arzola, and Adrian gets about 3 yards on the return. He was tackled down at the 30. So first possession of the night for the LP offense, led, of course, by freshman Marian Persic. He was our player of the game last week. Marian with over 200 yards passing and had a big game on the ground as well, and even got a few good punts in as our First Aid Bank player of the game.
It's like we had a late penalty call here on.
It's on LP.
Yeah, looks like it.
So here we go. That's their first of the night.
I'm marking it off. Holding, I think.
So from the spot of the foul, we'll move it down just inside, right at the 20. So first penalty of the night. That was one of our keys to the game, was to limit the penalties tonight. First and 10, LP at their own 20-yard line. Persic takes the high snap, hands it off to Moriarty. Easton gets about 3 yards up to the 23-yard line. Moriarty had a touchdown run last week. And it'll be 2nd and 7 for LP. About 2 minutes into this game, LP's defense has already forced a Morris punt. Cordell Wheatley split wide right. See how much, if any, Noah Zebron plays tonight. Noah still hobbled quite a bit. Persic straight drop back. He's going to run, and he's going to be brought down. Oh, a flag comes flying in from the far side official. So let's see if this is a second penalty already against LP. Persic got back to about the line of scrimmage, but I think LP might be moving back again. Let's see what the call is. It was a pretty emphatic throw. Both coaches out on the field, LP's and Morris's coaches.
It looked like he threw it in the vicinity where the 2 tacklers had Persic. Might have been
maybe a face mask or a hold.
Or a high hit, maybe went up high on the
personal foul. Yeah, it's on Morris.
Targeting call.
Targeting against the LP quarterback. And Morris's coach with his hands at his side. That's going to be an automatic first down for the Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers will move the chains. That'll be a 15-yarder. And that'll move the ball up to the 37-yard line. So first and 10 LP. You can bet Morris is going to take their shots tonight against the freshman quarterback. Persic, a handoff, and not much there. They take the ball carrier down low, and he is brought down, number 10 for Morris with that tackle. Owen Olson. Moriarty lost a yard on that carry. So second down and 11 for LP. No score. This game just underway between LP and Morris. One of the keys of the game Derek and I came up with was to try to establish a ground game. Hartman and Wheatley split out far, wide right. Pass out to Wheatley. Cordell turns it up inside and just gets hammered after getting about a yard back to the line of scrimmage. So Varner with a big hit. And now LP's looking at a 3rd and 10, a 1-yard gain. That Cavalier completion brought to you by Eureka Savings Bank. Visit them online or at their locations in LaSalle, Peru, Oglesby, Mendota, and Peru. Experience Eureka Savings Bank.
Morris really big team pursuit there. They had 10 guys, coming over to make the tackle. And
Wheatley's got a lot of speed, too.
Right.
And, Morris matched him. 3 receivers for LP. Straight drop back by Persic. He's in trouble. Throwing deep. Has it in. 35, 25, 20. Arzola. No flags. Touchdown, Cavaliers. 63 yards. The freshman quarterback stood in, took the hit, and found his big play receiver. Well, big play player for LP this year, Adrian Arzola. 63 yards. Well, Morris brought the heat, Derek, and LP made him pay.
Wow, what a throw by Persic there. He stood in there, and he absolutely got smoked.
Yep.
But he threw a strike. Morris defensive back jumped up for it. I don't know if he mistimed it, but it was short and over his head. His leap was short, and good concentration by Arzola to bring that one in.
Big play, Adrian. Wow, just he doesn't do anything short yardage between the kick returns and his big run, and that a big touchdown. And Gross adds the PAT. That extra point is sponsored by Taylor Services. You can plan on scoring extra points in comfort with Taylor Services. They service all makes and models and carry today's most popular brands. And of course, that LP touchdown, proudly brought to you by Town & Country Services. They're doing whatever it takes 24/7. Plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. See everything they can do for you at townandcountryservices.com. And last but certainly not least, Eric, that was another Cavalier completion brought to you by Eureka Savings Bank. What a big completion it was. 63 yards and a 3rd and 10 from Persic to Arzola. And once Adrian got it, you mentioned the Morris defender mistimed his jump, and Arzola got behind him, and there was, for 25 yards, nobody's going to catch Arzola from behind.
Right. He's certainly got the wheels, but I can't tell you what a great pass that was. I didn't watch the ball going through. I watched him get hit, and he just absolutely got labeled. And he got up and pumped the fist when he saw that Arzola was going in the end zone. Wow, stand in there and take that. That is something.
Yeah, and you mentioned, Marion stayed in the pocket. He knew he was going to get hit, and he waited till that last second. Some quarterbacks would have, ran for their life for good reason and scrambled there, and he would not have had that pass be available. So 7-0. LP with the early lead as they energize this crowd. Gross with a kick taken by Varner, 20, 25, 30. 35. He's tackled just shy of the 40. It was a line drive, very returnable kick, and that's why Varner had all the best of it. He got a running start. Easton Moriarty made the tackle for the Cavs. Morris will start this drive at their own 40-yard line. So LP with an early lead, 7-0. 8:09 to go here in the first. Morris was 3 and out their first drive. They had 2 quarterback keepers and then an incomplete pass from Varner to Wheeler. Morris going to come right back out in the pistol, a spread formation. And Varner's going to quickly throw it out in the flat, 40, 45, turns the corner, 50. Pushed out of bounds for a first down. That was Nazim Batfree. He was pushed out of bounds, got the first down.
Hey, they're fast.
He's a sophomore, Nazim Batfree.
Nobody over. Spread.
And Morris again quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the LP 42. Varner throws it out to about the 35. It's completed to that same receiver, Batfree again. And he's got a quick 9 yards down to the Cavalier 33-yard line. 2nd and short for Morris.
Get down, Andy.
And Varner going to straight drop back pass again. Looking for it all. Caught, touchdown. Wheeler got away, and just like that, it doesn't take Morris long. 34 yards. Varner to the D1 baseball recruit, Jack Wheeler. And Morris an extra point away from tying this game back up.
Yeah, deep post route there by Wheeler. He's 6'5", but there was nobody around him. He just Varner threw a strike, but he just laid it out there, and Wheeler just waited for it to land in his arms in the end zone, wide open.
Here's one of the better kickers around, Connor Ahern. He's a senior, and he made a 40-plus yard field goal a week ago. So one would think the chances are pretty good that Morris is going to tie this game. And the kick is up, and it is good. We'll keep it right here. 7-7 score. Both teams showing their big play capabilities through the air. Arzola, a 63-yard touchdown catch, and Wheeler with a 34-yard touchdown catch. About 40 seconds after the LP touchdown. I had LP scoring at 8:16 of the first, and that touchdown came at 7:35.
41 seconds, 3 plays.
Wow.
Strike. So.
Yeah. Morris is not wasting any time on offense. They don't mind if this thing turns into a shootout. We saw last week they were in one with Peoria High, and Morris did come out on the short end of that one. I don't know if LP would want to exchange scores with Morris as this game keeps going. Looking at Morris's other games this year, they opened with a 31-12 win over Coal City and then scored 31 on the road in their 31-17 win against Joliet West.
From the outside, they're going to throw.
So they've scored at least 31 points in all 3 of their games.
Slot on a bubble, or they're going to go on pitch.
Well, their offense is was certainly efficient on that one. 3 pass plays, three completions, and
they came out run heavy in their opening drive with the quarterback Varner, but definitely aired it out. I think LP made him a little mad with that touchdown. Here is Ahern with a kick. He's got a great leg, and that's going to be a touchback. Always a big plus to have a kicker like that. LP's had a few recently with Drake Weber and Seth Adams, and Morris has one with Ahern. He's a big guy too. I think he goes 6'4" according to the program. Their kicker. What are they? What's in the water over there in Morris, Derek?
Well, they're near the nuclear power plant. I don't know.
Where they are. That's true. That is geographically true. So is Marseilles and Seneca.
Right.
All they had to do was play the rules.
So here come the Cavaliers, 1st and 10 at their own 20. They started their first drive at their own 20-yard line after a penalty. Handoff, a nice hole, 25 up to the 27-yard line. The LP offensive line opened a big hole for Easton Moriarty there, and Easton took advantage and gets about 8 yards on that first down carry.
Well, we mentioned, at the passing game, loosen up the defense just a little bit, and real good blocking that time up front.
So 2nd down and 2, LP. Moriarty's kind of turned into the workhorse running back for LP. Saw him more and more last week against Ottawa. Moriarty off left tackle, breaks the tackle, 35. Oh, he's almost turned the corner, but he's taken down. He did a good job of holding on to the football. Morris was trying to strip it.
Got a flag down.
Let's see, is it going to be a hold here? It is a hold on LP, so Moriarty would have had a first down, but it'll come back with a hold.
Yep, it's 3 yards off. That's what I'm saying.
So second penalty of the night on LP.
13-yard pickup, but that's going to be negated. I guess we give them maybe 3, and they do a spot foul.
So it'll move them back to the 18.
They moved that back.
So they said the hold was right around the line of scrimmage then. Must have been what allowed Easton to be able to turn the corner. It's going to be 2nd down and 12 now for the Cavaliers. 7-7 score here in the first. Persich rolling right. Marion just throws it in the turf.
That's fine.
Did not have anybody open as Morris was hounding Marion as he was running towards the LP sideline. So to be 3rd and 12 now coming up for LP. They had a 3rd and 10 in their first possession, and it ended with a 63-yard completion to Adrian Arzola. We'll just take a first down here. That's okay. Don't necessarily need a touchdown, but so let's see if Morris brings some heat on Arzola. They may be a little hesitant on bringing too many rushers here with the threat with Persich. Cavaliers with trips, 3 receivers to the right of Marion, 1 to the left, and Medina.
We got some numbers.
3rd and 12. Persich straight drop back.
Yep.
Plenty of time. Throwing, caught by Mikey Hartman. First down. Hartman had 6 catches a week ago. And Hartman gets it out to about the 33-yard line. They needed 13, got 15.
Well, outstanding blocking up front that time. Yeah. They gave Persis lots of time. It took a little bit to develop, and Hartman finally worked his way underneath the deep coverage and got open, and Persis had plenty of time.
That's another Cavalier completion brought to you by Eureka Savings Bank. We're halfway through the first quarter. It is 7-7 LP and Morris. Cavaliers first and 10 at their own 33. There's Vogel bulldozing his way past the 35 up to the 36-yard line. Brevin with his first carry of the night gets 3. And it'll be second down and 7 for the Cavaliers. Just another positive play, chunk yardage for this Cavalier offense. They can just keep moving forward and not have the negative plays like penalties. Medina splits out wide left. Second down and 7 for the Cavs. Persic going to run with this one. Marion
He got called from behind.
and does not get much of anything, maybe a half yard. As Morris, with showing off that speed there, they caught him from behind. Ran him down.
Yeah, we saw that play work several times last week with the trips over here. Medina was leading that blocking out here, and they just try to wall off the linebackers and the defensive end, but he actually got caught from behind on that one.
Well, Marion Miller with the tackle for Morris, and they have speed all up and down there, even on the line. So, you heard that right. Marion ran and caught from behind. So here we go. 3rd and a short 8, long 7. Persic throwing off the fingertips of Hartman. I got to believe that Mikey heard some footsteps, too, as he came across the slant. And it was a high pass. Hartman with a great effort to try to go up and get it, but could not haul it in, and that'll go as an incomplete pass. 4th down, and we'll see our first punt of the night for the Cavaliers. And it looks like it is not going to be Marion Persic punting tonight. It is Zach Pasavasic, who is was supposed to be their punter, but I think he's been out of action so far.
I wonder if he or something. It seemed like he
kind of. Zach standing just outside of his 20, gets a nice punt away, a lot of airtime. Fair catch called for by Varner, and that's what you want to see, a lot of airtime. And forcing the fair catch by Morris, and he called for it at about their own 26-yard line. So 4:34 to go in this first quarter. We're tied at 7 apiece. We'll see maybe if this game settles in a little bit after those 2 big pass plays.
Yeah, LP's got to feel pretty good, even though they had to punt there. They were able to move the ball from the 20 and, complete a few passes and had some good, like you mentioned, some chunk running plays. It was the one that he got kind of caught from behind. They clogged it up, but now their defense has to step up here.
Morris going to go to the ground, they hand it off, and he is tripped up at about the 30. Again, no Zweers tonight for Morris. That was Caden Curran, a junior running back. Josh Bickford going to get the tackle for LP. They give him 6 on that carry, and quickly Morris hands it right back off to Curran, and he breaks the tackle. Oh, it's still going out to about the 43-yard line. Wow. Curran breaking tackles and carrying all kinds of Cavalier defenders all the way out to the 45-yard line. Nick Hackenberger, who's usually sure-handed with tackles, could not bring Curran down, and Curran gets it all the way out to the 45. Varner going to keep it and fumbles it. LP gets it. A turnover by Morris. Recovered by the Cavaliers. Arzola forced the fumble, and Griffin May recovers the fumble. So the LP defense comes up with the first turnover of the night. Arzola, a forced fumble, May with a fumble recovery on their quarterback, Varner. And that sets up LP with great field position here at the Morris 38-yard line, and that is a Beck's Oil turnover for the Cavaliers. Tonight's turnover is proudly sponsored by Beck's. Keep your car turning over with fuel from Beck's in Pure LaSalle, and try delicious Godfather's Pizza from Beck's in LaSalle.
Don't run
3:59 to go to the first. Persich, straight drop back. Marion throws over the middle, almost intercepted. He was hit, and there might be a late call, a late hit on Morris. Owen Olsen almost had the interception, and there was a flag thrown in the backfield in the area where Marion was hit. So let's see. This could be a personal foul on Morris. And a targeting earlier.
Yeah, this one, the defensive lineman came over and hit Persich as he threw and then continued to take him all the way to the ground. It was unnecessary, and ref was watching it, threw a late flag, but I think it was the right call.
So they had to mention that to Coach Alan Thorson. Is he still out in the field?
Yeah, Morris' second penalty, 2 15-yarders.
Yeah. That moves the ball all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's one thing, to say hello, to the freshman quarterback, but you can't overdo it.
That's twice, yeah.
Yeah. In motion is Wheatley on the 1st and 10 for LP. Persich going to pass over the middle, caught. Just inside the 15-yard line. Looked like Arzola with the catch. They should give him, they didn't quite give him that forward progress. He got down about the 14, so they'll mark him instead at the 15. A still gain of about 7 on that Eureka Savings Bank Cavalier completion. So 2nd and 3 LP at the Morris 15-yard line, and for the first time tonight, Cavaliers are in the Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Brayton red zone. Being in the red zone in football is great, but not so much in real life. Let Derek help move you to a financial touchdown. 2nd and 3 for the Cavaliers. Persich going to pass again, throwing, caught by Hartman inside the 10-yard line. A quick hit to the senior Mikey Hartman, and that's a first down. Hartman a little slow getting up. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's a key component on this Cavalier team, and he gets it down to the 8-yard line. So they needed 3 and got 5. And that is another Cavalier completion brought to you by Eureka Savings Bank.
Yeah, Hartman's caught the last 2 passes, and he's got drilled both times, and he's slow to get up twice. So, as you said, hopefully he's all right.
Morris is gonna make you pay if you come over the middle. That's for sure, and they're gonna put some licks on you. 1st and goal for LP at the 8. Handoff to Moriarty. Puts his head down and maybe gets a yard straight up the middle. Big pile of both Morris and LP players. So they'll give him a yard. 2nd and goal at the 7 now. There will be about 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter when the ball is snapped next.
Got one-on-one coverage way out to the far side. They need to put Medina out there.
Yeah, he's been a nice receiver. Yeah,
I mean, against the smaller cornerback,
Right now, Andy is locked in more as a tight end on the line here, number 45.
Well, Doerr's got some size, 6'2".
Yeah.
Let's see if they use him here.
Persich going to pass, throws, has a man! And did he hang on to the ball?
Yes, he did.
Wow, Wheeler clocked him. What a catch by Vogel. Actually, that was Hagee. Walter had a couple big catches last week, and he got hit by a much bigger player in Wheeler. What a catch to hang on to that football. Right when Walter turned around, he got hammered. A clean hit by Wheeler. That's another Eureka Savings Bank Cavalier completion down to the 2. So 3rd and goal, LP at the 2-yard line. Let's see what they call here. Persich going to hand it off. Moriarty looking, touchdown! Easton Moriarty, 2-yard touchdown off left tackle. And that's another Town and Country Services touchdown. Doing whatever it takes 24/7. Plumbing, electric, heating, and cooling for over 100 years. Let Derek Brayton help move you to a financial... I'm going to give you another mention, Derek, because they're in the red zone. And see everything they can do for you at townandcountryservices.com. Cavaliers punched it in from the Derek Brayton red zone. 13-7. Easton Moriarty with a 2-yard touchdown run. Let's see if the Cavaliers can add the extra point here by Jacob Gross. Hartman back out there as a holder. Kick is up. Looks plenty good to me, and it is good. So at 1:17 of this first quarter, a back and forth affair so far. The Cavaliers strike right back and get the lead back on a 2-yard run by Moriarty. And you love to see it in whatever sport it is, Derek, taking advantage of a team's mistake. Morris turned the ball over, and LP put points on the board, points off turnovers. The Cavaliers made Morris pay after that fumble, and we got ourselves a football game here, 14-7 LP.
Yeah, fumble, and then the 15-yard penalty that certainly helped. But the big turnover there, May with the recovery, and we've called his name a lot.
Oh, yeah.
In the last few weeks, he's been everywhere, and nice hit. Good recovery, got a penalty, took advantage of it. Offensive line's doing fantastic.
Yeah, yep. They're going to be tested tonight. Morris has some big guys, and all of them are agile. They're fast on both sides of the football. 14-7 LP. They're waiting for the football here, the game ball. And their kicker, Jacob Gross, the 6'2" or 6'3" senior. Both teams with kickers that could play a power forward or center on the high school basketball team. With Ahern and Gross. 14-7 LP with the first quarter lead over Morris. Back deep for Morris will be the one of the Varner brothers, Bryce Varner and Nazim Baftery. Varner's going to take it inside the 5, runs right into the LP defender, and he takes him down. Don't chatter too much. But that was a nice tackle made by Jerry Jones of LP. I mean, it looked like they were on a collision course. Bryce Varner just kind of ran right at Jerry Jones of LP, and Jerry said, all right, I'm going to take you down, and he did. And Morris will start this drive at their own 22-yard line. Each team's got a punt tonight. Morris, though, has a turnover. LP does not. And that's been, I guess, the difference, you could say, here in the first quarter is that turnover. 14-7. LP with the lead, 1:11 to go in the first. Varner going to pass. Looking long for Wheeler, way long, incomplete. Arzolo is there on the coverage, and guess who? Griffin May as well.
Yeah, Griffin shoved the receiver out of bounds.
Yeah.
And I think the receiver thought, maybe he knows the rule. You can't be the first one to touch it when he comes back in, so he didn't even try for it.
No, Wheeler gave it up. Figures he has more plays to try to move on to the next play, I guess. 2nd and 10 for Morris. Clock stopped at 1:04. They're going to throw it. Quick pass. And a real nice open field hit by Mikey Hartman. Gain of about 4 out to the 26-yard line.
They're so aggressive.
And that pass was caught by number 11, Ethan Mumbrew. 3rd and 6 for Morris. No huddle still. Headed off to Curran. He's tripped up. Let's see. Boy, they're going to give him a really friendly spot. Wow. First down. Curran went airborne after he got tripped up by a LP defender. Couldn't quite see who it was. But, boy, a big 3rd down conversion on the ground for Morris. 1st and 10. They moved up to the 33. Morris quickly. No huddle again. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Curran gets... Nope. Curran is going to run. Hartman came up and got him at about the 35. Then he got help from teammates at the 36-yard line. And now that ball carrier is hobbling a little bit for Morris. Caden Curran.
A nice play by Hackenberger. Get up there and slow him down in the hole. And then got support to finish him off.
He doesn't have it, Pat. He's not out there.
1 second. They're not going to bother. I wondered if they were just going to let the clock go. That's not Morris's style, is to take their time on offense. But they went ahead and saw the game clock winding down. And that's it for the first quarter. What an exciting first quarter here from Howard Fellows Stadium. We've had a little bit of everything. And what for sure we've had most importantly are 2 LP touchdowns, only 1 for Morris. We'll head to the second quarter after this. LP 14, Morris 7. You're listening to Cavalier Football, presented by Fire Me Fast by Geneseo Communications. LP 14, Morris 7. Back with the second quarter after this.
You see that sport car coming this way? You want to jump out in front of it zigzag style, make them go in a ditch?
What's the point, Raccoon? They just take it to Heartland Auto Body and it'd be fixed up like new.
They still at 1515 West Peru Street in Princeton?
Yep, you know Denny the Deer?
I love Denny the Deer.
Well, he messed up the front end of a truck 2 weeks ago. Saw it last night. It was like nothing happened. Heartland Auto Body fixed it up so good they even handled the insurance paperwork.
Those guys are going to put us out of business. It's a time to get a real job, huh? Think they'd hire us as consultants?
For complete auto body and collision repair, plus paint, maintenance, and more, trust Heartland Auto Body. Give them a call at 879-7767.
Tickets to the game and wherever you go. Download the free 1039 WLPO app today.
Jeremy Egg and Derek Braden as we begin the second quarter, and I think Morris is wondering why the play clock's already down. Yeah, I think the officials aren't going to. They're just going to let it go. They're going to hand it off and turning the corner 40, 45, 50, and that was a new ball carrier for Morris. They just keep coming on this Morris team. That was Mick Smith, a sophomore. Well, when you look at the Morris roster, Derek, they have more players, I think, than a college team.
They're right to the line again. And
literally 0 to 88, they have a player, so I think they have over 80 players on their roster. And after the first down, they're going to run it again, and the sophomore brings it down. The ball carrier Smith to about the 43-yard line. Looked like Bickford made the tackle there. Caden Small also in the area. Second down and 6. So Morris quickly again. Just trying to march down the field here. Even the officials are kind of frantically trying to keep up. These are the same officials that officiated the freshman-sophomore game. It's a warm night, too. Varner going to throw. He's hit. Throwing it up for grabs. Has a man caught. And a touchdown. 43-yard touchdown. And Ethan Mumbrew got behind the LP defense. 43 yards. He had 2 Cavaliers on him, but Mumbrew got behind, and like we saw from LP's Persich, a great job by Varner waiting to the last second, knew he was going to get hit, and he threw a perfect pass to his receiver, and Morris now an extra point away from retying this game less than a minute into the second quarter.
Just a straight fly pattern. No moving in or out. He just blew by him and kept going.
And another kick is good by Ahern. And Morris strikes first in this second quarter. 11:03 to go. It is 14-14, LP and Morris. Let's check another look at our scoreboard update here. Brought to you by Subway. Princeton at the half up 16-0 against Kewanee. At the half, Hall leading Sherrard 14-12. Second quarter, it is Seneca 7, St. Bede 6. At the half, Marquette and Dwight are tied at 14. Second quarter, Mantino 14-0 over Streeter. Farmington leading Bureau Valley in the second 14-6. And Fieldcrest with a running clock in the second half. They're leading Westmont 46-0 in the second. Caneland 14-0 against Ottawa. Here it's 14-all as we just got the second quarter underway. Morris strikes with a 43-yard touchdown pass. They've had a 43 and a 34-yard touchdown pass so far tonight. Kick is away by Ahern, and it is in the end zone. Wheatley and Arzola both in the area, but it is a touchback. So Cavaliers first and 10 at the 20.
I think Morris and LP both have to be happy with their quarterbacking situation, not only for this year, but in the future. You've got a freshman who's really doing a good job for LP. And looks like Varner can do the same. He throws a tight ball and hit that player right in stride.
14-14 as LP's offense comes back on the field. Led by freshman quarterback Marion Persich. Looks like Moriarty in the backfield again for the Cavs.
I mean, and then Mikey, again, like you said, just make sure you know he's going to hear that.
Persic going to roll left. He's looking for some blocks. There goes Marian, 25, turns it inside. 30, and he's tripped up outside the 35-yard line. Marian Persic, boy, he saw a lot of field ahead of him, and he was tripped up by Logan Sparrow, a linebacker for Morris, but a great play call, and Persic gets 19 yards on the QB keeper.
Yeah, real good hole that time again. Great blocking by the offensive line. So seeing some really good things out of that offensive line so far, and just 2 penalties. That's a win. So
on that,
so far looking real good.
Hartman splits out wide right. Wheatley is still left. LP jumps. It'll be Derek, you had to say.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Just a smidge.
At least that's a 5-yarder.
Yeah, they were just a little bit quick. Not much, but
yeah. So 1st and 15 for LP. They move the ball back to the 34.
I just think Mikey's
14-14, clock running down, under 10.5 minutes to play here in the second. Persic going to pitch it to Moriarty. Oh, Easton trips.
Went right out of his shoe.
Yeah, you're right. The shoe is on the turf. He had some running room, did Easton, but instead it's going to go as a loss. And it'll be a 3rd down and about 19 now, so a loss of 4.
Well, I'll tell you, that's better that he lost his shoe than
the football.
Tore his knee or something, too.
Injury,
got a foot caught in the turf, and this cleat stayed there, and thankfully he's okay.
So I guess, this is only 2nd down because they did not lose it down with a penalty. So 2nd and 19. Clock is ticking down. Going to be about 9.5 to play, and LP's got to use their first time out this first half. The play clock was getting down under 10 as Coach Medina was still chatting with the freshman quarterback, Marian Persic. So first time out taken by either team at the 9:36 mark of this first half. It is 14-all, LP and Morris. Of course, Cavaliers will have homecoming next week at home against the Rochelle Hubs. Parade on Thursday afternoon, a little bit of a different route, as I'm sure a lot of us are taking different routes because of the road construction on Route 6. But just keep telling yourself, Derek, it'll be really nice when it's all done.
Well, I make that trip almost every day out to St. Bede, and I'm telling you, it's not fun. Turns about maybe a 10 to 15 minute trip sometimes into 25, 30. It's not pleasant, but it is going to be nice
when it's all done. Again, just keep telling yourself that. And the parts of the road that they have already put some new pavement on, very, very smooth. So, but changing the parade routes, if you will. Of course, St. Bede will have their parade Friday, starting at Washington Park in Peru and then heading down to the lane in St. Bede. So I know Hall's homecoming is next week as well. I don't think the school's planned it that way necessarily, but Persic in trouble, throws, and over the head. He got hit again as he threw the football. He was looking for Reese Dorr, and it goes incomplete. There was a jump ball really from between Dorr and a Morris defender, and neither player could come down with it. So an incomplete pass. 3rd and 19, LP at their own 30.
Yeah, Morris brought a little blitz there from the backside and hit him from behind. Marian didn't see that one coming. Number 20 got in there and put a thump on him. But
update from Ottawa. Canelan starting to pull away a bit. 35-7 over Ottawa. 3 minutes and a half. Got to see if their quarterback Munson made it back this week. Of course, got hurt against LP a week ago. Persic going to keep it, and he is taken down for a short loss. Not much there. And brought down by number 20, Morris. That'd be Zeman. Colin Zierman. So nothing going on that drive for LP. A penalty did not help. But the Cavaliers will have to punt it away. And Pasavasic will be inside of his 15, almost near his 10, to punt this one away. Back deep for Morris will be Varner, that being Bryce Varner.
He was inside Pat on the touchdown.
And I believe Mick Smith as well, who's gotten a few carries out of the backfield. Pasivasic with the punt. Morris sets up the return. And Varner gets it to the 38, 45, breaks 2 tackles, breaks another one, and he's hit from behind, gets up to about the 48-yard line. He's tough to bring down, is Varner. And the Cavaliers do a little team tackle there, bring him down just shy of midfield. So Morris will start this drive just inside their own 49-yard line with 8:35 to go in the half.
Yeah, there's a couple of players' names I recognize here from years past. Their fathers played and were very good. Varner's one of them. He's one of the best wide receivers that's ever gone to Morris. He's was a 1980 state champion, and I had to try to tackle him as a sophomore, and that was just like this guy. He's all over the place, hard to get wrapped up.
They're going to hand it off. Curran is back in there, and boy, Morris got away from a hold.
Zola's got to get off that.
And Curran gets it inside the 40. It was either a hold or a great block, and Oliveros. You see that in the NFL where if a lineman really takes down a defender to the turf, a flag flies, but they let it go as Curran was able to turn the corner and get 12 yards down to the LP 39-yard line. So just like that, Morris back on the LP side of the field. Varner going to pass. Plenty of time. Throwing deep for Wheeler. Touchdown. Wheeler got behind Arzola. And Varner found his man. 39 yards. Another big pass play for Morris. That's 2 in a row, though, this time. And Morris gets the lead back. As Varner had plenty of time to air that one out to Wheeler. And Wheeler, not too many people can do this, outran Arzola, got behind Adrian, and scores at 8:09 here in this second quarter as Morris is up 20-14.
Motioned over, and you know they're going to run the ball that side. They just did it last time.
There's the kick. It is up, and it is good. So 21-14. The kick is good. Boy, both quarterbacks on showcase here tonight. We've had 1 running touchdown, but 4 passing touchdowns, and the shortest one of the 4, 34 yards.
Yeah, Morris has been effective in offensive in years past, but a quick strike like this is not something you're normally used to seeing here. I mean, they was in 26 seconds. Put 7 points on the board, so it's. They like to go deep, and they've got it.
And they no huddle. There's no other offense really that plays that style in this league. Now, Sycamore and Canelan will spread you out, but LP saw Rochester in the playoffs a few years back, and that's the closest thing that I've seen as far as a team. As soon as they get an offensive play done, their linemen are running right back up to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, and if not for the refs taking a while, the Morris would snap the ball right away and get going again.
Yeah, Rochester does the kind of the check with me, and Derek Leonard's waiting to see how the defense sets up. So they're not bang, 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 but they're up to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. They don't give you a chance to substitute. No. But it's not quite. They're moving as quick as they can here. I'm losing my breath, and I'm not even.
Yeah, and it's obviously a warm night, and that wears down. That's one of the goals too, is to wear down the other team's defense. Wheatley touches the ball, and Cordell's going to have to run it out of the end zone, so it will be a touchback. I would say that's a break for LP because when Cordell got the football, there was about 4 or 5 white jerseys on top of him, so it went from probably being tackled at the 1 or 2 yard line to a touchback. So
he didn't have possession. So.
No. So 21-14 is the score. Morris with 14 unanswered here in the second, and that's kind of quieted the LP crowd for the first time tonight as the Morris student section got going there. I think they even brought out the chant of "We Can't Hear You" after that touchdown score. So let's see if the Cavalier Crazies can get back in this one, and the offense gives them something to get crazy about here. 8:04 to go in the second quarter. Persich in the pistol once again. Marion going to pass. He's got time. He's throwing deep and almost intercepted as Arzola was the intended receiver, and that was Bryce Varner. We have called his name a lot between Both Varners, Bryce and Brady.
Punt returner and defensive back.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Last thing LP wants here, Derek, is a quick 3 and out, and their defense to have to come right back out in the field.
Right.
And I would think they might. They got 4 receivers here. I was just going to say it. Maybe they'll run the ball, but Persich is going to pass. Straight drop back throws, has a man. And that's a quick catch out to the 25-yard line. Looked like number 11, Reese Dorr. He got 5. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up. That's another Eureka Savings Bank Cavalier completion.
5 different receivers so far for LP. The one we haven't seen, of course, that we would like to have seen is Zebron yet.
Yeah, I don't think Noah's going tonight.
Yeah, He's got the ankle injury. And
he's dressed, but not in action tonight. Would have been a nice weapon to have. Persich going to pass again. 3rd and 5. He's going to air it out. Hartman. Oh, he got behind Wheeler. But just out of the reach of Hartman. So incomplete. And unfortunately, LP's offense goes a quick 3 and out. That was the danger that I was worried about.
He was open, just overshot him. Need to get just a little bit more air under that one. He had a step or 2 on the defensive back and unfortunately couldn't connect.
Yeah, Wheeler playing both ways, a star player for Morris. It's kind of interesting. Despite having twice as many players than most teams do, Morris still has a lot of guys that play both ways.
Yeah, it's got some talented athletes.
Right. You want them out in the field as much as you can. I get that. Fair catch by Varner at their own 42-yard line. So Pasavasic with a pretty good punt for LP. 7:06 to go here in this first half. 21-14 Morris over LP. Let's see if the Cavaliers defense can come up with a stop. They've turned Morris over once, and their first possession they forced a 3 and out. But Morris, ever since that first possession, has gone much more pass heavy, and it's worked. It has definitely worked. Let's see what Coach Thorson and Morris has here. They are going to run. Curran got some running room. 45, breaking tackles. Gets a first down, gets about 11 yards. Hartman makes the tackle, but not until Curran gets 11 down to the LP 47. And here you are. Morris is already to the line of scrimmage. The chain gang hasn't even moved yet or gotten to their position, and Morris is ready to go. Another handoff to Curran, and he is tackled at about the 40. That was Hackenberger with the tackle, but more chunk yardage for Morris. That's another 9 yards. Curran with that carry. Nothing fancy so far on this drive. 2 straight run plays by Curran of 20 total yards. Now you probably air it out at 2nd and 1.
He's blowing him up.
Nope, they hand it off. Curran's got a first down and more. Still going inside the 25-yard line, down about the 23. Olivero was there for LP, Caden Small as well, but Curran just getting chunk yardage right now for Morris. And we got an injury.
Yeah, gain of 14 yards on that one. And LP's looks like they haven't stopped after a couple yards, and he just has been breaking tackle after tackle. They're checking for what do they spray on themselves to
the sticky
slippery
stuff or something?
The slippery stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the term is, but they spray that stuff on them and it's slippery and the guys can't tackle them.
Yeah, it's a combination of that, and Curran is just he's a bulldozer too. He hard to break down, and we got an injury timeout. I didn't see which Cavalier it was, but that'll give us another chance to check some scores. Our Subway scoreboard update. Princeton at last check, 16-0 over Kewanee. Hall 14-12 over Sherrard. At the half, Seneca 21-12 against St. Bede. And looks like Brevin Vogel is the injured Cavalier. He's walking off on his own power. It seems to be favoring his left shoulder, left arm, and Brevin's in some pain. Of course, Brevin had a big injury last year. Unfortunately, didn't get to play. So hopefully it's nothing major for number 5, Brevin Vogel.
H-back, and H-back's inside.
So 1st and 10, Morris at the LP 23-yard line. Varner, the quarterback, he's going to hand it off again to Kern. This time, Kern was brought down near the line of scrimmage by Olivero. And nice job by Cam. No gain on the play. So they'll say 2nd and 10 for Morris at the LP 23. If you're Morris, you're in Ahern's field goal range. He had a 40-plus yarder last week. Kern again with tons of room. There's going to be a hold. And although we might have offset him because another flag came in late, unless there's 2 holds on Morris. There was a flag near the line of scrimmage, and then there was one near the end of the play, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. So we'll see. I know one is going to be at least a hold on Morris. Maybe both will be.
Yeah, I think they only get one. I think, unfortunately, it's going to be the one from the backfield, the spot foul. That'll be the most advantageous. So.
Hey, is Griffin supposed to be to the H-back side there?
And look at Morris is like, we're not waiting for the penalty. Are they waving off the penalties?
No, they're just picking up that far flag, and
Morris is trying to just move on and not. Maybe the officials will forget about it. They literally were lined up at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
That's funny.
They were trying to forget about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10-yard spot foul.
So back to the 30. It'll be 2nd down and 17 for Morris. And they're going to run a reverse to the younger Varner. Turns it inside, 20, 15, 10, touchdown. So they ran a double handoff, and he gets in from 30 yards out, the younger Varner, that being Bryce Varner. And once he got by the original line of scrimmage, it was to the house. He got a couple blocks. And another big play for Morris, a little trickery there. That'll go as a run from Varner from 30 yards out. So Morris shakes off the penalty.
6 yards off the ball.
Looks like it possibly could have been another holding call there on the wideout.
They're probably a little gun shy of calling it again.
Yeah, there was a little tussle over there and got away with it.
Kick is good. So this second quarter has been all Morris. They've scored 3 unanswered touchdowns. Of course, second quarters tonight of LP Cavalier football and all this season are brought to you by Spring Valley City Bank. Football isn't the only winning program with a rich history in our community. Spring Valley City Bank has been helping the community with all of their banking needs for 119 years, as Spring Valley brings you tonight's thrilling second and fourth quarters. It's been very thrilling for Morris tonight, not so for the home team, as Morris has scored 3 times in just over 6 minutes in this second quarter to take a 28-14 lead over LP, and that's this kind of offense. It is a quick strike offense for Morris, and boy, before you know it, you're down 2 scores.
Yeah, Morris defense stepped up the last 2 series. As you mentioned, a 3 and out. When your defense is quickly back out on the field, you don't give them a break, a breather, and it's gonna hurt them later on in the game too if the offense can't stretch it out a little bit, give their defensive line in particular a break, because Morris has been pounding on them lately.
If you're LP, though, what you're looking at here is you get the football right now, and if you can get a score, you get the ball out of the break. So they got to shake that one off. Still plenty of football to be played. I know they're a little shell-shocked right now, 28-14, 21 unanswered for Morris. Ahern with another touchback. It's pretty much automatic for Ahern.
Marzola, he wants to return it.
Yes,
he was ready to head out from a couple yards deep. Looking for a new school record there.
Yeah, that's his instincts. Ahern with the orange cleats, I've noticed. Figured Wheeler may have those, the fact that he's going to U of I to play baseball, but bright orange cleats for the Morris kicker. Can't miss him.
Yeah.
So let's see if the LP offense can get a sustained drive here. At the very least, Eric, a few first downs. Maybe even just try to get a drive that pretty much takes the rest of the half. Give your guys a breather.
Yeah, it's tough to match, the quick strike when they're running that, speed offense. Just get a good, solid drive. I wish they shouldn't abandon, the running game either. So
Persic finds Vogel. Two great things about that. One, the completion, and two, Vogel is okay. As Brevin Vogel finds an opening. And that's a 14-yard Eureka Savings Bank completion. Persic to Vogel. So the Cavaliers come right out and get a completion from Persic to Vogel. Going to be about 5 minutes left in this first half when this ball is snapped. LP 2 timeouts. Morris all 3 of theirs. 2 receivers to the right of Persic, 2 to the short side to his left. Marion going to pass again. Pocket breaks down, and he's going to be sacked. And brought down a couple-yard loss for Persic. Getting the credit for the sack for Morris there was Chase Backert. 2-yard loss in the QB sack. So it'll be 2nd and 12 for LP back at their 32-yard line.
Andy should be able to plug it up when 22 can't get through. If 23
I'd like to see him continue to try to develop Moriarty. That's going to help the passing game if they can get some chunk yardage, like you said.
LP going to take their second timeout of this half. Clock stopped at 4:31 here in this second quarter, 28-14. LP trailing Morris. Of course, coming up, we'll have our locker room halftime show on the radio broadcast, and of course, our Blackhawk Brokerage LP Band halftime show on our Starved Rock Media YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. I see the band down at the runway, the entranceway, eager to entertain the fans here at halftime tonight.
Especially for our D-line.
And, of course, we'll have some halftime stats, go over the scoring and turnover summary, and we'll have a scoreboard update, along with a look at some of the, again, LP activities that are going on this weekend, late September. So the Cavaliers with their second timeout, and the team's coming back out on the field. It'll be a 2nd and 12 for LP after the QB sack.
Throw it back.
Wheatley, Dorr, May, and Hartman are the receivers for LP. May will go in motion for the Cavaliers, and an LP lineman jumped. Right onto the timeout. Right tackle jumped early for LP, so it'll be a 5-yard mark-off. So it'll be 2nd and 17 now for the Cavs.
Well, that changes your play option, certainly, and changes Morris's defensive thoughts as well. That they anticipate LP going to the air.
Clock stops still after that timeout, and then the penalty at 4:31 here to go in this first half. 2nd and 17 for the Cavaliers. Persic gonna run in. Marion's got some running room. 30-35 out to the 40, and let's see if they're gonna get a.
Wait, what's that late flag?
There's a late flag on the field. It was almost late contact made by Morris.
You know what? That was right in front of the other official who didn't call it. He's going to call a block in the back.
So LP's going to get a block in the back on, I think it was Wheatley, but you're right. It was the 40, back official. Several
30
yards away.
Yeah, 30 yards away. He makes the call. The guy right in front of him doesn't call it. I mean, he saw it. It was right in front of him.
Yeah.
Arg.
So one of the keys of the game was to avoid these kind of back-breaking penalties. The questionable call for sure.
I do like LP made an adjustment on the blitz from the linebacker. They picked him up in the backfield this time. That allowed Persic to run. It was wide open after that because they picked that blitz up.
So basically, it's going to be back to where the original line of scrimmage was. They lost a couple. 2nd and 19. First down markers out at the 44. LP with it at the 25. Empty backfield. Persic throws to Moriarty. Easton gets it out to about the 30-yard line, so gain of 5. They did that little wheel route out of the backfield, and it'll be 3rd and 14 now for LP. And we got an injured Cavalier. One player down, another is limping, is Moriarty. Can't quite see who the injured Cavalier is. Down right at the 30-yard line. 3rd and 14 coming up for LP. Cavaliers playing without Noah Zepron tonight. Danny Beavers as well.
Persich and the play calling mixing up the targets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different Cavaliers have a reception tonight. So that's some good work by both offensive coach and Marion.
That was another Eureka Savings Bank Cavalier completion. And the Cavalier player is sitting up now at about 30. Trainers from both sides out there helping him, and looks like he's going to need a little help. That was Moriarty. So
he's holding his arm up kind of awkwardly.
His shoulder, yeah.
That's not good.
So 3rd and 14 after the completion to Moriarty, who was banged up after the catch. 3:56 to go in this first half. LP in danger of punting it and giving the ball right back to this dangerous Morris offense. So here we go. 3rd and 14 for LP. This would be a huge first down if they can get it. Persich, plenty of time. Marion looking. Oh, he went to slide and he got hammered. And Marion, I think, tried to slide to not get hit, but he still got hit. No flags on the play. And I think you could say it was a late slide. Can't fault the defenders there. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Good job, Morris. Just didn't get any LP players, allow them to get open. So the Cavaliers will have to punt it away. We're down to about close to 3 minutes here. Vogel with a late sub for LP.
He hate to, Marion can run the ball, so I hate to say don't run the ball, throw it away. But boy, it's you hate to see him getting clobbered too.
Vasavasic with a punt. No, went off the side of his foot into the Morris visiting bleachers. So now it's always kind of a judgment call by the official trying to figure out exactly where it went out. Looks like they're going to mark it at the LP 48.
18 yards.
Yeah, Zach kind of batted himself in his helmet. Just shanked it off the side of his foot. He's had some good punts tonight. So Morris has plenty of time, especially for their style of offense. 2:58. They have all 3 timeouts as well, leading this one 28-14. Let's see if the LP defense can get another turnover here. Wheeler has got man coverage. Boy, that scares you. Rinkewicz is out on him. They're instead going to throw it to the other side of the field. Nice job by the Cavalier defender. That was Arzola. Would not let go of Ethan Mumbrew, had the big touchdown catch to start the second quarter. Still a gain of about 6. So Morris can hit you long, and then also hit you with just those dink-dunk, those, as much as we hate him, the Bears do it so often, those wide receiver quick outs. Doesn't seem to work too good for the Bears, but works well for Morris. And there was another handoff that's working well with Curran running the ball for Morris. He gets it down to the 36, gain of 6. 1st and 10, Morris. And again, we're at 2:20 to go. Low snap, they're going to hand it off to Curran. And he's not going to go anywhere. Nice job. That was Hackenberger who got a hold of his foot and wouldn't let go. And Curran still got about 2 yards on the play. Now we're under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Morris still has 3 timeouts in the bank.
Outside.
This would be big if LP could keep Morris off the board here to end this first half. Going deep, throwing it up for grabs. Tipped up and incomplete. There were 2 LP receivers with Wheeler in the end zone. And that was Hartman back there, Arzola as well.
Yeah, 4 receivers.
So Wheeler just, he demands a double team, I think, pretty much every time.
Well, you would, 6'5" guy. He was out early at 1-on-1 with the 5'10" corner, but they threw the other way.
3rd and 8 now for Morris. Let's see if LP can get a stop. Morris, you're probably looking at 2 cracks at this one.
The refs are slow to mark the ball. I think they're trying to give themselves a break. This fast pace.
This is their second game tonight for these guys. Varner over the middle, has a man caught. 20, Wheeler still going. Gets it down to about the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 19. Varner fired it over the middle to Jack Wheeler. And it's 1st and 10 Morris down to the LP 14-yard line. They'll mark it. Inside the 15. Clock down to 1:30 now. And Morris might take their first. Nope, LP's going to take a timeout. Yeah, probably smart timeout to give their defense a little bit of a breather here.
Yeah, Varner 8 for 11 in the game. It seems like he's thrown 20 times, but 8 for 11. Couple of touchdown strikes, right? Three touchdown strikes.
Yeah, he's had 3. And then his brother ran the last touchdown in. Yeah, he's got 3 touchdown passes. Persich with 1. 28-14, Morris with the lead, threatening to add to that lead. They were down 14-7 after 1, but they have rattled off 21 unanswered points here in the second quarter. A team that put up 50-plus last week against Peoria, flexing their offensive muscles again tonight. Cavaliers are going to have to make some adjustments on defense here.
Well, they need another unit of defensive linemen. Yeah. Defensive linemen. Haven't totaled it up, but Morris, I would say, is probably having the controlling time of possession. But
even though they haven't had, we're going to get a late hit on the quarterback. And they didn't hit him hard. And again, it wasn't even the official who was.
Oh, he's calling home.
Oh, is he? Okay. All right. But even that, the official who wasn't even close to the play.
It's a back judge,
Yeah. The pass was incomplete in the corner of the end zone. So that's a tough penalty either way, whether it would have been on LP or Morris. It would have been just an incomplete pass as Varner just threw it out of bounds. He didn't have anything there. Morris was looking to move on to a 2nd and 10, but going to be it's a hold on offsetting holds. But yeah, so they called a pass interference. It looked like an uncatchable.
Maybe illegal contact. Yeah. Do they have that call?
So they'll just replay the down. 1st and 10, just inside the 15 for Morris. They're at the 14. We're going to go with the 14. There's Curran. And Hackenberger and Bickford bring him down at the 10. So gain of 4 for Curran. There's going to be about a minute left. And Morris hurries up. Here we go. They run again with, Varner's going to keep it. Getting the blocks and cannot get away from Arzola. Nice job by Adrian. Bringing him down at about the 6. A yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and a long 1 for Morris. The ball spotted at the 6 of LP.
They need to yell it when they're running.
Late sub for the Cavaliers. Full house power backfield for Morris. It's Curran, and he's in the backfield.
There we go.
That was Medina on the hit. Also there for Hartman. That's going to be a loss of a few yards. Back to the 8-yard line, a loss of 2, and I'm guessing Morris, Derek, is just going to wind this down and kick a field goal at this point.
Yeah,
that's what
it kind of looks like that. Wouldn't surprise me either if they called timeout and went for the touchdown.
Yeah,
they got a pretty good passer.
They're going to wind
this, a big target.
Yep, they're going to take this all the way down. And let's see if it is Ahern. This is pretty much an extra point for Ahern. Now let's see. To me, if I'm LP, I'd almost rather than go for it. Ahern is pretty much a given from the distance.
Might feel they got the 2 touchdown lead Either way, even if they don't make it, they're still up 2 scores.
It will be a big boy power move if Morris goes for this here. Given that they have a kicker. Now, a lot of teams, it would be a no-doubter, but given that they have a kicker and that they let it go all the way down, because they had 3 timeouts, Derek, they could have, taken one right away, and if they were going for another play. But, of course, it's 4th down, too. That changes things as well.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see an interesting call for Coach Alan Thorson and Morris here.
That was a good job by Andy.
That was a great job by Medina and Hartman to bring Curran down in the backfield.
Is coming out, so.
Yeah, I suspected. That's a somewhat victory if you're LP there, if you holding him to a field goal here. Keeping him out of the end zone. It's going to be a 24-yard field goal for Ahern.
He has it on his head.
And the snap is down, the kick is up. At the buzzer, the 24-yarder is good. But LP does keep Morris from another touchdown. A 24-yard field goal by Ahern as time expired. And boy, after a back and forth first quarter, Morris dominates the second. 24 unanswered points. We've played a half here at LP. It is 31-14. Morris over the Cavaliers. Back with some second half numbers and thoughts after this on your home of LP Cavalier football, 103.9 WLPO, and on Starved Rock Media's YouTube channel.
Sports, especially from our school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
The new Kias are here at Phil.
Tonight's halftime show featuring the LP High School Marching Band and Cavalettes is brought to you by Blackhawk Brokerage. If you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one and want to save money, call Sellin Ellen Crady, owner of Blackhawk Brokerage, first.
James, Isaac Adams, Addie Buffalo, Anna Pink Buckback, Krillin Calkins, Aiden Dempsey, Charlotte Gatilla, Aiden Lussman, Christian Lindberg, Joanne Murphy, Jack Wildheart, and Michael Yankee. The band will perform a preview of their fall 2024 production, Twisted. The band will take recognizable music and twist it into something new. Classical into jazz, grunge into R&B, pop into fusion, and electronic into funk. Taking cues from the board game Twister, you can expect to see the band spin, turn, contort, and twirl in every way imaginable. Musical selections include Symphony No. 40 by Mozart, Creep by Radiohead, Roller Coaster by the Dirty Loops, and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger by the Scary Pockets. Drum Major Tori Campbell, is your band ready? Marching Cavaliers, you may take the field for your halftime performance. Let's give it up for your Marching Cavaliers. The Marching Cavaliers will be competing across Illinois this fall. They placed third in Class 1A at the Plainfield South Marching Invitational on September 14th. The next competition is at Morton High School on October 5th, with performances at Illinois State University and Western Illinois University to follow. Good luck to the Marching Cavaliers at their competition.
Band and Cavalettes halftime show was brought to you by Blackhawk Brokerage. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one, call Sellin Ellen Crady at Blackhawk Brokerage first. You'll be so glad you did.
Please welcome to the field, time-honored tradition in the South Brew, our very own Cavalettes, led by Senior Captain Kate Wasilewski and Junior Captain Claire Vigro and Junior Lieutenant Marissa Windsor. The team will be answering to Shoot and Throw, which is choreographed by Junior Danny Block. Cavalettes are coached by Patty Strange and assisted by Missy Wuchek. And now, here are your LP Cavalettes. Once again, give it up for your LP Cavalettes.
Tonight's LP Marching Band and Cavalettes halftime show was brought to you by Blackhawk Brokerage. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one, call Sellin Ellen Crady at Blackhawk Brokerage first. You'll be so glad you did.
Equal housing lender.
Experience Eureka, Eureka Savings Bank. Stay connected to what's important this fall. With Surf's affordable fiber-fast internet, you can stay connected to friends and family with unlimited data caps, no throttling, and no lagging for as low as $25 a month with AutoPay. With our all-in pricing and price lock guarantee, there are no hidden fees and no surprises. And as a local provider, with customer service representatives from your community, we understand your needs and are here to help. Visit surfinternet.com today. Restrictions apply. Not all speeds available in all areas. Go to surfinternet.com to learn more and for full offer details.
You can get pretty banged up playing football no matter which side of the ball you play. And sometimes, no matter how defensively you drive, your car gets banged up due to an accident. If you've had an accident, LaSalle Body and Fender has just the play for your auto body, fender, collision, or dent repair needs. LaSalle Body and Fender has been in the Illinois Valley providing excellent auto repair for 4 generations, and they work with all insurance companies. When your car gets sacked, call LaSalle Body and Fender, and you can call them for 24-hour towing, 223-0598.
In school sports, it's easy to see the wins, the moments that make headlines. But there's so much work that goes unseen for any of it to happen. My name is Phil Risen, and I'm the Executive Director of the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Throughout the country, athletic administrators dedicate countless hours to making life-changing opportunities possible for student athletes through sports. Their sacrifice is fueled by the belief that every student can grow and deserves their time to shine. On behalf of the NIAAA, we want to thank every athletic administrator for your tireless dedication to providing 7.8 million students across the country a path to a better future.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Administrators Association.
As temperatures start to drop, make sure you're ready for the worst with the tune-up from Taylor Services. Their experts will make sure your system's running smoothly to keep you cozy so you never have to hear,
Dad, I'm cold.
And if your furnace is more trick than treat, Taylor Services carries top brands like Goodman and Amana to keep you comfortable in every season. Search Taylor Services Oglesby today. Then call and cozy up with your new HVAC guy, Matt Taylor. Taylor Services will help you beat the heat and kill the chill.
Hi, this is John with Elite Seamless Gutters. Not only are we a gutter company, we're a tree company. If you have a tree in your backyard that's hard to get to, call Elite Seamless Gutters. We have the right equipment to do the job. We can get into a 30-inch gate. The harder the tree, the easier it is for Elite. We want to do the hard stuff. We want to do things our competitors can't do. We want to take the branches over your roof that's hard to get to. We want to rope it and pull it in and take it away from your house. At Elite, we want to do all your tree removal, all your trimming, all your stump grinding. At Elite, we want to earn your business. We can get through a 30-inch gate and get to that tree that's hard to get to. Call a company who cares, a company who has the best reputation in the tree industry today. We want to do the job right for you. Call and get your estimate done today. Elite Seamless Gutters, 815-663-8364.
From Princeton to Ottawa, Mendota to Streeter, and everywhere in between, it's Starved Rock Local, 1039 WLPO.
Opening kickoff of the second half taken on the bounce by Adrian Arzola, who goes down the LP sideline and returns it all the way out to the Cavalier 49, about a 46-yard kick return. Ahern's been kicking touchbacks all night long. He did not there, and boy, Arzola made him pay. There was flashes of Adrian going to the house again.
Yeah, he sure made him pay, and that's big because they started their possessions 5 times at the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
It's nice to get some good field position.
So here we go. We're starting this second half of play, 31-14 Morris over LP. Persich the handoff, and it is Vogel who gets it to the 50. So Moriarty was banged up in the second quarter. We'll see if Easton comes back in tonight or not. Vogel with a yard. It'll be second down and 9 for LP right at midfield. As we just passed the 9 o'clock hour on 103.9 FM, 1220 AM, WLPO, LaSalle, Peru, Oglesby. Glad you could join us tonight on the radio dial or on our Starved Rock Media YouTube channel. Persich back, 2nd and 9. Marion throwing, caught. Turning inside near the first down marker. That was Mikey Hartman. They're going to mark him short by about a full yard. So it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Cavaliers. Gain of 7. Tough spot there.
Yeah, it looked pretty close, and said his knee must have been down about a yard back.
So again, another Eureka Savings Bank Cavalier completion for Persich. That one to Hartman. Mikey was Marion's favorite receiver last week. 3rd and 1. Got to think LP's thinking 2 cracks at this one. Marion with the snap. Vogel, first down and more for Brevin. He's inside the 35. Down to the 33-yard line. Needed 1, got 9. So a nice opening drive here so far for LP out of the halftime break. 31-14 Morris, but the Cavaliers are on the move, trying to get this crowd back into it. 24 unanswered by Morris in that second quarter. First and 10, LP at the 33 of Morris. Persich in the pistol. And he's going to hand it off again to Vogel. Brevin looking for room, looking for a push. Boy, they're blowing the whistles early. Didn't really let him give him any kind of a push in the line. They were blowing the whistles, and that's because I guess we had a penalty.
False start.
Yeah, that's why the whistles were blowing. So a 5-yard mark off a false start on LP. I did not see where the flag came from.
Side judge on the far side.
Coach Medina talking to the official closest to him. So that'll move LP back 5 yards. 1st and 15 at the Morris 38. No Noah Zebron at receiver tonight for LP. Persich, straight drop back. He's got time. Throwing over the middle, has a man, and it was almost intercepted. Wow, he underthrew him. He had Landon Zellers got behind the Morris receiver, but a little underthrown, and that gave Morris, their defender, time to get under the ball, and he actually may have gotten a fingertip on it.
And you don't see that very often. That was just a little bit underthrown, as you said. He kind of short-armed it a little bit, tried to place it in there, and
the scoreboard has 3rd down. The chain gang has 2nd. 15 yards to go.
They fixed it there.
2nd and 15 for the Cavs. A high snap. Luckily, Persich went up and got it at 6'3". Vogel nowhere to go. Brevin is sandwiched outside the 40. And Varner was among the Morris players with the tackle. That's going to be a loss of 2 for Vogel. So to be 3rd and 17 now for the Cavaliers. Ball at the Morris 40-yard line.
That penalty was just 5 yards, but
it's a negative play.
Starts you back, make it 15, and then a high snap there. I think they should take two tries here at it. 2 tries.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be 17 yards on one play.
3rd and 17 for the Cavaliers. Persich drops back.
Oh, we got him.
Marion going to throw. He has a man. Medina flipped over, gets it out to about the 25. So Morris was giving him the underneath, and LP took it to Medina. Nice decision by Persich, not always just trying to go for the home run ball. And he found Andy Medina, and that sets up, as you mentioned, Derek, a 4th down attempt now. 4th and 2. That looks a lot better than a 3rd and 17, which they were facing.
Yeah, 15-yard gain there. And he took his time, looked like he was going to run it. Then at the last minute, he found Andy. And
so big play here, 4th and 2 for LP on their opening drive of this second half. Persich with a hard count. Marion going to hand it off to Vogel. He needs a push. It's all about the spot, and I don't think they got it. One official gives them much more of a favorable spot. Now they're a yard short. They didn't get the push they needed, so 4th and 2. Vogel got just one. LP went power football there. And Morris stood him up. Morris got a lot of size up front. And their defense turns back LP. The Cavaliers with a nice drive there. Over 4 minutes. And of course, the drive started with a big kick return by Arzola. But the Cavaliers come up empty on a 4th and 2, a yard short. The ball spotted at the Morris 24-yard line. A
32, 11 on the 4th down.
Change of possession here.
23 is on the out.
And here comes the lightning fast Morris offense. Varner, the quarterback, on a pass. Wide receiver screen. 25-30. He's got just like that a first down. I mean, nothing fancy. Wheeler got the blocks and got about 12 yards out to the 36-yard line. And just like that, a first down for Morris, 13 yards. They're going to hand it off to Curran. He's brought down in the backfield. Nice pursuit. Looked like Caden Small got him from behind. Number 44. No gain on the play for Curran. And they're going to give him a loss. 2nd and 11. And a flag flies. False start on Morris. So that'll move Morris back 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 16. For Morris.
Roll, switch.
And Varner going to throw towards the sideline, just throws it away. He had a receiver in the area, but it was uncatchable. Vogel.
You need to call when they're coming in. Somebody coming out.
So it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 now for Morris.
Liam.
If you're LP, you cannot allow Morris to convert a 3rd and 16 when you're down 31-14.
Yeah, they need to get their defense line off the field already.
4 receivers, 3 to the left. A lot of times they'll do some kind of a wide receiver screen in that situation. Arzola's one-on-one with Wheeler. Varner going to throw over the middle, and it is...
No catch.
Let's see what they call. They're going to say a catch. He's going to be short.
Whoa. They gave him 2 extra yards.
Yeah, they move him back to the 45. He's short of the first down by a full yard. I got to think Morris is going for it here. That's a big completion on the 3rd and long. LP going to call a timeout now.
Where's Liam?
You ran him off.
If this was the NFL, they might have called that timeout
But you got to stay by coach.
to try to review it, whether he caught it, and 2, if he got a very favorable spot. The one official was going to put it all the way past the first down marker, it looked like. The official with the Morris sideline in his ears.
All right.
So to be 4th and 1, in one instance, this would kind of be going against the book for Morris to go for it because you're up 17. And if you don't get it, you give LP the ball at the, But I know they have plenty of confidence, as they should, with their offense.
Yeah, and their defense, I think.
Right. But boy, if they don't get it, you get LP momentum and get them fired up with a ton of time left in this football game.
27's out. Yeah, they need to go heavy. 27 and 11.
Yeah, they'll typically Morris would run the ball and just power it.
Probably bring in three running backs.
Yeah, run the T formation.
Yep, old school.
But LP stopped him down the goal line with that earlier, so
No, 12's in.
we'll see. They got some big hogs up there, don't they?
Oh yeah.
No,
and
77, boy.
And they're gonna run. Yep, that full house wishbone football here. Varner just gonna do a quarterback keep, and what a push! Wow.
You can't push him. Is that illegal?
And they get it out to the 48-yard line. Gain of 3. They needed 1. They brought in some extra beef. And Varner just
That's illegal.
went ahead.
He's not even talking to the ref.
So 1st and 10.
They're going to run zone.
And they're going to hand it off to Curran. He gets it out to about the 50-yard line. Hackenberger with the tackle for LP. Rowicki was in the area as well.
He's outside.
Whoop.
He's outside.
2nd and 7 for Morris coming up. First time in a while the play clock's dropped under 20 seconds for Morris. Game clock is under 6 minutes. A handoff to Curran and another nice tackle. That one was Owen Rowicki. Gain of maybe 1. Curran fell forward and got down to the LP 49-yard line.
Hey, 9 down, 26.
So it'll be 3rd and about 7 for Morris.
Pass.
So another 3rd down.
Screen, watch screen.
Conversion attempt for Morris. Varner rolling right, throwing, and caught for a first down. That was Wheeler. Or actually, that was Brett Bounds, number 23, right in front of the Morris sideline. Varner rolled right. He pretty much telegraphed where he was going with it.
Inside zone.
And they still completed it down to the LP 41. Another quick hit out to the 40, 35-yard line. That was Ethan Mumbrew. A couple Cavaliers on the hit. Looked like Bickford. And there's a Cavalier player shaken up is Vogel, and he's going to have to come out. He's a little woozy.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Brevin is, yeah.
He knows it. Yep.
So we'll have a momentary break as Vogel came up woozy for the Cavaliers. Just a relentless offense from this Morris team.
Yeah, their quarterback is accurate, very much so.
Yeah, they do a lot of high percentage passes. 2nd and 2, there's a first down carry down about the 25-yard line off left tackle. And that carrier was Mick Smith, a sophomore.
That's first. No, that's 3rd carry.
Yeah, he had a little action in that first half.
Picked up 8 there.
Down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Morris. Morris threatening really to put this one away here with another score. Smith turning the corner and gets down to about the 21-yard line.
He's got to come down quicker. He's way too late.
In the vicinity of the tackle there, Gio Legrenzi and Rylan Rinkewitz. Smith gets another 5 yards on that carry. So Morris 2nd and 5 at the 20 of LP. We're down to 3:45 to go in the third. 31-14 Morris over LP. Varner going to pass, throwing, and caught at the 15-yard line. Tackle made by Arzola. And that completion to Nazim Baftari. And that's enough for another quick Morris first down. Just another quick 2-step drop pass. Dink and dunk, if you will, but highly effective. Down to the 11, so they can still get a first down. 1st and 10 at Morris.
Jet.
And the jet sweep to Baftari. And he's hit. Nice hit. Made by the Cavaliers' Rylan Rinkewitz. As he did not let him turn the corner, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Oh, a hold anyway on Morris. So that'll push him back. Outside the 20. The market at the 21.
Watch that hitch.
Still first down for Morris.
Oh my gosh.
And
Just watch the ball. You're way in front.
got an offsides on LP, so that gives him 5 of those yards back. Gotta move it to the 16.
Yeah, he's got to step up here, make a stop. They want to have a chance.
Yeah. 2:58 Got to hold them to at least another field goal here. That'll keep it within 3 possessions. They go to Curran, and we might have another hold on Morris. The head official threw the flag. He was looking right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, another hold.
So Morris, the team's just going back and forth with penalties here.
I don't feel like they're with first down. They're too concerned.
No, they're not. They're not. Not as much as most teams would be.
Maybe they can move this ball. Third down, maybe a different story, but they're just. Well,
it is first down in a long ways, though.
Yeah.
First down markers at the 1, and the ball still about, I guess, first and 21. They're saying.
Salute.
They hand it off to Curran. He goes right up the middle and gets inside the 20. Down to about the 18-yard line. Lorenzi with a tackle for LP.
A 6-yard gain there.
Yeah.
Second, and they were going past. They got Wheeler out here one-on-one with Arzola. 6'5" against 5'7".
Watch Jet.
Second and 16. We're down to 2 minutes. Varner looking, throwing wide open, and boy, off the fingertips. The Morris receiver, Mick Smith, out of the backfield, got behind, running right down the middle of the field, but thankfully Varner overthrew Smith a little bit.
How do you want to play?
So it's incomplete, and here's another 3rd and long for Morris. 3rd and 16 at the LP 17-yard line.
Yeah, just a bit overthrown. He had to throw it over top of the defender and put it up a little bit higher and went too deep off the fingertips. Might have been caught.
And here's the play, throwing towards the end zone, going up and getting it. Touchdown.
His whole foot was out.
Wheeler jumped over Arzola. You called that, Derek. You saw that difference in the height. And Wheeler went up, jump ball, caught it from 17 yards. Touchdown, Morris. Would love to see that one again to see if he landed inbounds or not.
That's such a bad call.
His heel.
So
Such a bad call.
It wasn't even close.
Wheeler's
You got the,
3rd touchdown catch of the night. That's a backbreaker at 1:58 here of the 3rd quarter. Ahern with the kick is up and good.
Wasn't even close.
So Morris has now put up 31 straight points in this game, leading now 38-14. Yeah, the Cavs led 14-7 after one, but Morris has flipped the switch, and a big reason why is that big 6'5" receiver Jack Wheeler with 3 touchdown catches, 34 yards, 39, and that one was just a simple jump ball. Derek saw that.
Yeah,
that difference in height. No difference in athleticism. I mean, Adrian can go toe-to-toe with anybody athleticism-wise, but Wheeler just got in the end zone, and Varner threw it up, and again, was not able to see if he came down inbounds. The officials ruled he did.
Yeah, it's like throwing it to Gronk or to Kelsey. You know, you put it up there.
On like a shorter cornerback or something.
Yep. So throw it up there 10 feet in the air, and they took a lot of time there.
Yeah,
I mean,
they took their time.
They would move it down a few yards, get pushed back on a penalty, move it down a few yards, get pushed back further. So 11 plays on the drive. Looks like about almost 6 minutes on that drive. So unusual.
Yeah, it was noticeable, Derek, that Morris was taking a little more time in between plays there, as they should. I mean, they're in the lead.
Yep. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7 rushing plays in that sequence there.
So 38-14, Morris going to send some fans to the exit here on the LP side of the field with 1:58 to go in the 3rd. So many weapons on this Morris team, even with injury. Oh, they were going to do an onside kick.
Legal procedure here.
Or a pooch kick, I guess. So they're going to get a penalty out of it. LP was going to have the football anyway. They recovered it cleanly. It's interesting when you got a kicker like Ahern who can boot it. Now, granted, Arzola almost ran it back last time.
Yep. We didn't want to see that again.
That didn't even look like a pooch kick. That was almost like an onside kick.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been much difference from the last field position either. So
Morris will move back to the 35.
He's up 5 yards. Tell him to move on 5.
And Ahern will boot this one now. Showing off his leg there, went 5 yards further back and still kicked it in the end zone. So the penalty made Morris change their call from an onside / pooch kick to a traditional touchback. So this game has flipped 38-14. Morris leading LP. LP won the freshman sophomore game in a runaway 41-8. They scored 41 unanswered in that game. It's kind of a reverse of the freshman sophomore game here.
Yeah, it is. And LP had the lead 14-7.
Yep, after one.
So 31 straight by Morris. That'll wear you down quick mentally.
Persich with a straight drop back pass. Marion will run it now and slide down at the 22. So gain of 2 for Marion. I don't think Marion's utilized the quarterback slide before tonight. I'm sure he early on felt some of the brunt of the hits from guys from Morris, and smartly. And he watches plenty of football, I'm sure, and knows that that's become kind of an in thing, especially in the NFL, as they really, really protect the quarterbacks. 2nd down and 8, so Persich gets 2 on the QB keeper. Marion going to pass again. Steps up in the pocket, jukes one defender, and gets close to the first down. Probably going to be about a yard. Oh, no, they're going to give him a great spot. Yep. So they give him the 8 yards out to the 30. First down, LP. Nice run by the freshman Persich. LP had a nice drive to open this half, but unfortunately it fizzled. That would have been that was a big turnaround too. If LP could have got in, and that would have made it a 10-point game.
Yeah,
31-21.
4th and 1.
Yeah, yep. Wheatley goes in motion for LP. Persich going to pass again. Throwing over the middle and intercepted. Guess who? Varner.
No,
they're going to say hit the turf.
Wow.
Okay.
He knows. He tried to sell it.
Yeah.
He looked at the ref
bought
and
it. I bought what he was selling.
He looked at the ref and he shrugged. Yeah, I tried.
Yep. Wyatt Kilday was the intended receiver, and that was Bryce Varner, who almost had the interception. So no harm done. An incomplete pass, which is kind of a rarity tonight between these two quarterbacks. 2nd and 10 for LP, just inside their 30. Clock stops at 39.3 seconds in the third. Persich going to pass. Throwing, tipped, and intercepted at the 38. He's at the 25, the 20, 15, 10. He goes out of bounds. So the ball was tipped and intercepted. Owen Olsen with the interception as the ball was tipped near the line of scrimmage. So that's the first turnover by LP tonight.
I can't even see who's in this.
Can I see that, JJ?
They have everybody in that huddle. I see 11 in the huddle.
38-14. Morris will have it first and 10 at the Cavalier 12-yard line.
Oh my God. That's really bad. The safety just smoked Mikey. Yeah, and it was not tipped.
Timeout here.
No, that's passive fish.
Yeah.
Looks like Morris is going to take the timeout.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shove him a little bit. That's bad.
So Morris takes the timeout.
The linebacker tipped it. Like he's halfway.
Keep it right here. 27.2 seconds left. 38-14 Morris. Probably have some final scores, I would think, coming in from around the area here. Some 7 o'clock starts. Princeton late in the fourth, pulling away from Kewanee, 44-15. Final, Dwight beats Marquette, 26-21. Mantino running the clock on Streeter in the fourth, 42-0. Fieldcrest beating Westmont, 54-0. Monmouth Roseville running the clock in the second half against Mendota, 42-0. Caneland beat Ottawa, 49-20. Heartbreaker for Hall. They lose 20-14 to Sherrard. And Farmington all over Bureau Valley, 54-6. Seneca beats St. Bede, 36-12. So we're back here, 1st and 10, Morris at the LP 12. 27 seconds left. Varner going to hand it off to Curran. Turns it in, gets it down to about the 7, maybe the 6-yard line. So Curran gets it down. They'll mark it at the 7.
We're going. Watching the hard count.
Let's see if they're going to get a play off here at the buzzer again. They will. As time expires, Kern's going to run it in for a touchdown from 6 yards out. And Morris has beaten the buzzer 2 straight quarters. Curran a 6-yard run.
Yeah, you got some fatigue out there on LP. Guys are,
and you know their heads are down too.
Yeah,
this game getting out of hand now. 44-14. And we got an injured Cavalier. Looks like the trainer's coming out. As the Morris student section laying it into the Cavalier Crazies. Ahern with the kick. It's up and it is good. So Morris has turned this one into a rout.
He got blown 6 yards.
We've played 3 quarters. It is 45-14. Morris rolling over LP, back with a 4th and final quarter after this. You're home for LP Cavalier football, 103.9 WLPO, and on the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel.
Just like on the field, when it comes to your finances, every play counts. Hi, I'm Mike Porter, commercial lender at Eureka Savings Bank. Whether it's a savings account to help you build your future, a loan to tackle that dream home or business, or mobile banking to keep you in the game no matter where you are, we've got you covered. Because at Eureka Savings Bank, your financial victory is our goal. Experience Eureka. Eureka Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Experience Eureka. Eureka Savings Bank.
When a play breaks down on the football field, you've got the rest of the game to make up for it. When something breaks down at home, you need prompt and professional service. That's why at Town & Country Services, their phones are manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to ensure that your problems and questions with plumbing, heating, and cooling are all taken care of promptly and professionally. Town & Country Services offer free estimates and affordable rates. Their licensed professionals and friendly staff have been a staple in the Illinois Valley since 1919. Give them a call anytime in Tonka at 815-442-3415 or Princeton at 815-872-2200.
An Illinois Valley tradition for sports continues on 103.9 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Jeremy Aiken, Derek Brayton back here at Howard Fellows Stadium. We move on to the 4th quarter. Morris kicking it off to LP, and it will be another touchback as Zellers wanted to bring it out, but it is a touchback. As we begin our 4th quarter, brought to you by Spring Valley City Bank. Football is not the only winning program with a rich history in our community. Spring Valley City Bank has been helping the community with all their banking needs for 119 years. 45-14, Morris comfortably ahead of LP here as we start the 4th quarter.
I would say there is a quarter left. This would be a good time to get your subs in there a little bit, get them some experience.
Looks like, at least for now, LP. Well, yeah, Hartman's out. Mikey's been banged up tonight, so he'll be out probably the rest of the game. Persic is still in there.
That's what I'm saying.
And he just hands it off. Looks like Vogel, I think, with a carry.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But yeah,
Brevin was banged up earlier in the night. And fighting through that injury, gets 2 yards on the play.
We can safely say most of them have been banged up.
Yeah.
On both sides. In a physical game, very physical.
Conference play is officially underway with a lot of hard hitting here. Second down and 8 for LP at their own 22-yard line. Play clock under 10 minutes. Marion takes the snap, hands it off again. That's a nice gain there by Vogel. Out past the 35 to about the 27-yard line, gain of 5. Curran doing it all tonight for Morris, makes a tackle on defense. 3rd and 3 coming up for LP. Under 11 minutes to play in the game. More, of course, LP back at home next week for homecoming against Rochelle. I'll have to try to see if I can find a Rochelle Sycamore score. Canelan already knocked off Ottawa tonight. Persic, I don't know if that was a busted play or not. Marion looked like he went to hand it off. And, boy, he's still going. And some pushing and shoving. Yep, LP's trying to protect their quarterback, and Morris was...
Oh, my God.
I like it. I like it. They're taking cheap shots. They're taking cheap shots. I like it. Defending your guy.
So Morris says, obviously, they had 2 penalties early on with hits against Persic. One was a targeting.
That's fine.
But to their defense, too, Marion wasn't going down anytime soon. And so...
Yeah, I thought they were a little slow on the whistle there.
Yeah.
He was getting up. He was still getting popped, and it was unnecessary.
So we'll see if it's just offsetting here. As the officials sort things out.
What do you say?
And it'll go against Morris.
Well, offsetting, they signaled LP first. Yep.
That's awesome.
Offsetting penalties there.
2 personal offsetting offensive.
And a first down.
So LP will have it 1st and 10 at their 34. Well, you know, Morris is comfortably in the lead, Derek. Their coaches on the roof are already coming down.
Yeah, they're packing it in for the...
Vogel with a handoff. It gets about a yard out to the 35. So giving Brevin some action tonight. Moriarty, of course, got injured earlier in the night. Hopefully he'll be okay for the next game. 1 yard on the run by Vogel. Second, get him about 2, I guess. 2nd down and 8 for LP coming up.
Yeah, LP keeping it on the ground as well, I think, trying to just run the clock through. And
I think both teams at this point can agree on just try to keep everybody healthy. Persic going to call his own number. Marion gets taken down. It's about a 1 yard gain.
Good open field tackle there.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 for LP as we'll be under 9 minutes to play in the game. Got a barn burner in Lincoln, Nebraska, Derek. Counting down to the end of the 3rd quarter. It's 17 all, Illini, Nebraska.
Sounds good to me.
Illinois just scored.
Illinois in there.
Nebraska, 9-point favorite in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Third and 7 coming up. Persic's going to go ahead and pass, and he's going to be sacked. So LP went ahead and went for the pass on a 3rd and 7, and Persic goes down. And LP will punt it away one last time this evening. The market at the 30. So a loss of about 8. That's 7 or 8 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have any time there. There's 2 defenders on him quickly. And
down 8 minutes left in the game. Pasivasic, he had the ball, and then he fumbled it away. Still gets a nice punt away. It's going to be taken at the 40 by Varner. 50, 45, a flag flies from behind the play, and Varner gets it down to about the 35-yard line. So, on the tackle for LP. Pasivasic, the punter. Like Zebron got in there. No, I thought I saw number 1 in there. Flag behind the play. I assume it would be a hold or a block in the back on the returning team, and it is.
Mm-hmm. Good punt. It was
for being under duress. And
fumbled the snap and bobbled the snap. Still was able to get it away after sidestepping a rusher.
So that'll move it back to the 49. Still a good return by Varner as a line drive punt. So let's see if Morris. They still got their main quarterback out there. Number 12.
Can't imagine he
Brady
would.
Varner.
Can't imagine he's not going to hand it off.
I can imagine. I've seen.
Well.
And they do have, I think, a third string running back who comes in there, and he's going down the sideline. That was number 41 with his first carry of the night, Keegan. Oh boy,
Kachelzvik.
Now, see, on LaSalle Peru, they would not pronounce
the
that K.
No, Kachelzvik.
All right. Is that a player that got away from LaSalle Peru with that last name?
No, we've got several over in Morris.
And he's got another run inside the 15, down to about the 12.
Let's say I've been here in LaSalle Peru longer than I was in Morris.
Rowicki with another tackle, but 7 yards for Kajelsvik. Just doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
He gets another carry, and not much this time as he's pushed down to the turf. Rowicki was there again. Also in the area for LP was Hackenberger. Looked like Bo Lawrence as well. Olivero. And whistle blows. It's going to be 3rd and about 1 from Morris. The ball spotted at the Cavalier 10. This will allow LP to bring in a sub. Coming out will be Bickford. The officials are talking about something, but there's no flags. Now they're going to talk to an LP coach. Was there an illegal... illegal substitution or something? There a player not in the... It almost looked like that, like they were wondering about... One of your fans, your loyal fans, is texting you, Derek, huh?
Yeah, he's giving me a little grief.
3rd down and 2 after all that. I'm not sure what that was about. Because the head official actually brought, I don't know if he had his...
Should be a first down if that's sportsmanlike conduct.
He had like a piece of paper or something he brought out of his pocket. And they're going to allow Morris to sub a lineman as the game has come to a halt here. All right, 3rd and 2, and Varner going to pass. And I told you they wouldn't necessarily run every time. And a quick hit. He's got the first down. He was reaching for the touchdown, but going to be tackled at about the 2. And
8 yards.
That was Ethan Mumbrue.
He's now the leader in receptions for Morris with his 5th.
Yeah, between him and Wheeler, definitely a big combination for Morris. They're going to say he was tackled inbounds, so thankfully the clock will run. First and goal, Morris at the LP2. Full house backfield for Morris. And they're going to hand it off, and getting into the end zone. I'll let you do the honors again, Derek. Number 41.
Kachelsvik. Keegan Kachelsvik. So like a CH after the Kachelsvik.
Kachelsvik with a 2-yard run. And Morris, for the second straight game, surpassing 50 points. Rarefied air. That comes at 6:18. And it's 51-14. Morris turning this one into a blowout here. The Cowbells, which has become kind of every fan base has at least one fan, but Morris has a lot more than one fan with the Cowbell. It's kind of their thing. And Ahern adds the PAT, so he's perfect tonight. He's 7 for 7 on PATs and 1 for 1 on field goals. A definite weapon for a team like Morris to have in the playoffs. To have a kicker like that in case you get cold weather and where you have to take the points when you can get them, need field goals. They know they got a great kicker in Ahern. I mean, if they can get healthy, 2 of their better players, their captains out tonight. One of those Morris teams, if they can get healthy, obviously a team to be reckoned with, as they have big, as they always do, have big aspirations to make a deep playoff run. So it looks like Morris is going to improve to 3-1. LP will fall to 2-2 with a homecoming game next week against Rochelle. I'm going to try to see if I can come across something with Rochelle and Sycamore. Canelan did beat Ottawa tonight, ran the clock on the Pirates. Another Interstate 8 action.
Gave up some points to Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa, couple late touchdowns, yeah. Ahern really got a boot into this one, and it'll be another touchback.
Boy, that's frustrating for LP. I mean, look at all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th time they've started at their own 20-yard line. That's just...
So, last week Morris lost to Peoria, Derek, 58-52. Peoria tonight against Peoria Manual. Much more of a basketball school, right. Obviously Manual. Yes, you were close. 86-12.
86-12. Yeah.
Peoria High over Manual tonight.
Yeah, I've seen some of their scores in the past in the 90s. So
yeah.
Yeah, Manual not much of a football.
No, and Peoria with a rival like that, they probably didn't let their foot off the gas all that much. Persic is going to hand it off, and not much there by, I think it was Vogel. We'll see if it was Vogel or Hagee with that carry. Still looking. I think it was Vogel. Or no, that was Arzola.
Was it? All right.
It's been a while since Adrian's got to carry the ball.
In fact, that's his first. That's the first one I see tonight.
Yeah. 49-10, Monmouth Roseville over Mendota, and Canelan did beat Ottawa 49-20. Seneca 36-12 over St. Bede. Final score: Sycamore 25-19 over Rochelle.
Rochelle, a tough, gonna be a tough opponent, no question about it.
So Sycamore stays unbeaten, and we have a timeout. It looks like. So timeout on the field. Let's take a quick one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 52-14, Morris leading LP as we just kind of run out the clock at this point. 5.5 minutes to go. Back with more Morris LP football after this on 103.9 WLPO on the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel.
Do you see yourself
traveling, working part-time, or moving somewhere warmer when you retire? Hi, I'm Derek Brayton, your Oglesby Edward Jones financial advisor, and I want to help make your retirement goals a reality. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to be, and how we get you there. Together, we can plan for the expected and make sure you're ready for the unexpected. Call me at 815-883-9556 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Not all local is created equal. This is Starved Rock Local, 1039 WLPO.
Cavaliers down to one timeout. Morris has two, but really not going to be much of a factor. 5:31 to go in the game. Second and 11, and we have a new quarterback in. Marian Persic checking out in the game at quarterback for the first time this year is Ryland Rinkewitz. Just hands it off. Arzola. No gain for Arzola. So it'll be 3rd and 11 for LP. Second string out there for Morris. Really, they have enough players to have 5 strings on this team. Yeah, there's still, literally, there are half the players that still won't even play tonight.
Right.
Even with the second string out there for Morris. High snap and a handoff. Here goes Arzola. Oof. Adrian kind of twisted and pretzeled. They might call a face mask.
Yeah, he got his hand up in the...
Yep, up in his grill.
Yep. That's a good way to say it.
So I think it'll be a 15-yard penalty. We could see it clearly from up here, even though we're a ways away. Adrian got twisted up, and good that he's okay. And Morris player got a piece of the face mask, so that'll be a first down, I would think, unless they're just calling it they're not calling it a 15-yarder.
Yeah, I'm not sure he grabbed it, but he did his arm up in there, so.
Twisted his head back a little bit.
Yeah, Morris's 8th penalty. They've had their fair share.
They have, yeah.
LP with 7 and 4 small ones, so they got that part cleaned up at least.
3rd and 4 for LP. Let's see if they can get another first down and move the chains here. Not give the ball back to Morris tonight. High snap again. Oh, man. Totally eliminating the runner for Morris. The ball carrier was, I believe, Heggie.
Under 26, I think. Looked like there. Wasn't fair. Was that Griffin? I thought it was 26.
Oh, Griffin had the carry?
Yeah, looked like
the hit
wasn't
was
fair.
Keegan Lorenz, I believe it was 88.
Correct.
6 foot, 200 pounds. He looked awful, a lot bigger than that. As he just made the LP ball carrier disappear on that tackle. So the Cavaliers will have to punt, and Morris might have got a piece of it. And it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, if they didn't...
it was a low snap.
Well, he had to kick it around the rushing defender. You know, they were right in on him. So he kicked it off to the side. It only went, got 7 yards on that one.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Morris at the LP 31. Really, the only question now again is if Morris will get another score or not and run the clock.
Yeah, they'll give it to their subs, and I think it's fair that they have a chance, you know.
Yep.
To run the ball, you got to stop them.
Varner's still in there.
No,
that's number 12, and hands it off.
Oh, is that the other? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Lorenzi with a tackle and a gain of about 4 for the Morris ball carrier. Yeah, they're coming up quick to the line. I think they want another score here if they can get it by running the ball in. And they'll hand it off again, and LP stuffs the runner that time. Zach Pasavasa got in there. Down to under 2:45 to go. It's 3rd and 6 now for Morris. And their cornerback is Brady Varner. Hands it off again. And he's going to be tackled at about the 22-yard line by a combination of Cavalier defenders, Renkiewicz and Kilday. So it'll be 4th down and 2 now for Morris at the Cavalier 22-yard line. Three receivers for Morris, one back in the backfield next to Varner. They look towards the sideline, really just killing time. Still got 25 seconds on the game clock. They really could just take this all the way down.
I can't believe they wouldn't have a second quarterback on this team.
And they hand it off, and a nice hit in the backfield. Hackenberger was coming to the house, and he took the runner down for a loss. So a highlight reel tackle there by Nick Hackenberger. So that'll be a turnover on downs. So I guess if there's one positive, Derek, I mean, there's more than one positive tonight if you're LP, but Morris will not get the pleasure of a clock runner against the Cavaliers here, unless there's some turnover and run in for a touchdown.
Right. I lost track of that start time of that drive, but
that's okay.
Morris eating it up.
Yeah, they took some time, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming close to the 10 o'clock hour here. Nebraska takes back the lead, 24-17. The Illini, though, in the red zone with 12 minutes to go. And they'll hand it off out to about the 25. Let's see who that was. I think it was May again for LP.
Wonder if...
yeah, May 26. Griffin May.
Wonder if Illinois has a sponsor for the red zone.
I don't know. LP does. Cavaliers got there. A lot more in the... In fact, I don't think they got there in this second half. They had that one good... They had the opening drive of this half, but it sputtered on a 4th and 2.
Yep.
Just outside the Derek Brayton red zone.
Interception and then a couple of punts. Morris has really ran the clock.
Yep.
You know.
Well, that was LP's other loss, Metamora. The Cavaliers led that game at half, and then it was all Metamora in the second half. Renkiewicz with a nice quarterback keeper gets it out past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That might be it. We'll see if nope, yeah, that's it. LP's not going to bother running another play. So the Cavaliers fall to Morris tonight, 52-14. LP led after one, 14-7, but Morris just turns on the Jets from there and wins in a big way. They score in every quarter to win over LP, 54-14. We'll come back with a scoring summary and some thoughts and numbers after this. Cavaliers fall to Morris, 52-14.
Here we go, folks. It's a game changer in Spring Valley. Mike and his all-star team have transformed the locker room into the ultimate sports hub. The crowd's on their feet for the store's top-notch sports apparel, cutting-edge equipment, all your team essentials. And did I mention fan gear? This is the moment. Support your local team with the best in the biz. Swing by the locker room or head online to lockerroombpb.com. The Locker Room in Spring Valley, the undisputed champion of sports shops in service country.
The new Kias are here at Bill Walsh Kia in Ottawa. That's right, Bill Walsh Kia in Ottawa has over 100 new Kias in stock, including the hottest and hardest to find models. We also have local lenders ready to help you, and they love Bill Walsh deals because they know Bill Walsh sells for less and you're not overpaying. Gas, hybrid, or EV, Bill Walsh has them all, priced to move. Right now, get 3.49% financing for 72 months on all remaining 2024 Kia Sportages and Sorrentos. Save $11,000 on any 2024 in-stock Kia EV6 EV6 or EV9. Drive off in the sporty new 2024 Forte LXS for only $20,995. Plus, every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile factory warranty. The new Kias are here, but with these prices and financing offers, they won't last long. Visit Bill Walsh Kia in Ottawa or BillWalshKia.com today. We're number one for a reason.
Kia, movement that inspires. See Bill Walsh Kia for details. Financing and qualified credit, plus taxes and fees.
Tired of your internet buffering when you need it most? You need Fiber Me Fast, powered by Geneseo Communications. Fiber Me Fast 100% underground fiber network keeps you up and running with lightning fast speeds. And you get local customer service and support, unlimited data, free professional installation, and a free modem with your service agreement, all for less money. If you need a faster, more reliable connection for streaming, gaming, or working remotely, you need Fiber Me Fast, powered by Geneseo Communications Fiber Internet. Learn more and register your address at fibermefast.com.
Listen on FM 1039, AM 1220 with the free WLPO app, or ask your smart speaker to play 1039 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Jeremy Aiken, Derek Braden back here high atop Howard Fellows Stadium as the LP Cavaliers fall to 2-2 on the year, losing 52-14 to Morris. Morris improves to 3-1 on the season. The scoring summary: LP with a 63-yard touchdown pass to Arzola, first score of the game at 8:16. Moriarty, a 2-yard run at 1:17 of the first. Kick was good. LP led 14-7, but that was it for the Cavaliers. Morris then rattles off 45 unanswered points, 24 in the second, 14 in the third. One more touchdown run for good measure in the fourth. Each team had a turnover. Adrian Arzola, a forced fumble recovered by May, and Marian Persic was picked off in the third quarter on a tip pass. So turnover summary even. Morris dominates from the second quarter on, winning 52-14. LP dominated the freshman-sophomore game by a score of 41-8. Partner, you got some stats, or are you still tolling them up?
Well, I got LP stats.
Right.
Not much on the ground. Marion was the leading rusher, 25 yards on 10 carries. Moriarty, all his carries in the first half, didn't get back in as he was out banged up. 12 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown for him. And Marion, 11 of 19, 137 yards. Only 23 yards passing in the second half. One touchdown and one interception. Did spread the ball around, 8 different receivers, which is nice to see. And Arzola led 2 with 70 yards, was the leading. Morris, too much to mention. Too many to mention.
Jack Wheeler was as advertised, the 6'5" receiver. Had 3 touchdown catches, 39, 34, and 17 yards. The Varner brothers, a lot to handle. Bryce had a 30-yard run. Of course, his twin brother with the touchdown passes to Wheeler, to Mumbrew. And he had on the ground, too. Curran was a nice answer in the backfield. Ahern, perfect kicking-wise, 7 for 7 PATs, and also added a 24-yard field goal at the end of the second quarter. Morris actually had one of those rarities where they scored 2 times tonight at the buzzer with the last play of the second and the third quarter in their 52-14 win. We're going to come back. We'll give you the drive of the game, player of the game, and wrap things up here. LP falls 52-14 to Morris. Cavs 2-2. Morris now 3-1 on the year.
Digital future. Hi, it's Jan with First State Bank, and we're partnering with Illinois Valley Community College to bring you an exclusive cybersecurity event on October 2nd from 6 to 8 p.m. Join us as retired FBI cyber expert Scott Augenbaum gives vital insights to protect yourself and your business from cyber threats. Seats are limited, so register now at firststatebank.biz. The first 100 to register and attend will receive a copy of Scott's book, The Secret to Cybersecurity. Your journey to protect your digital footprint starts here. First State Bank, member FDIC.
Has this ever happened to you? You need that nice suit or dress for an event and it needs to be cleaned. Or you purchase something new and it's wrinkled. Hi, I'm Sangeeta Patel Allen, owner of Family Pride Cleaners in Peru. We can help. Just drop your items off, we'll clean and press them. We can also help you sanitize your home by cleaning your comforters, drapes, and more. Don't wait till the last minute. Visit us at Family Pride Cleaners on Progress Park Boulevard in Peru. We've been your family cleaners for more than 30 years. See more on the Family Pride Facebook and Instagram page. wages.
Hi, I'm Max Crady. My mom is Sellen Ellen. She has dedicated her career to helping people get a home to call their own. If you're a first-timer, empty nester, or somewhere in between, you can be certain that Sellen Ellen will be there for you. Many folks, just like you, have used Blackhawk Brokerage to find or sell their home. You should too. To get started, call or message my mom, Sellen Ellen, today, or go to blackhawkbrokers.com. That is blackhawkbrokers.com.
Tired of your internet buffering when you need it most? You need Fiber Me Fast, powered by Geneseo Communications. Fiber Me Fast 100% underground fiber network keeps you up and running with lightning fast speeds. And you get local customer service and support, unlimited data, free professional installation, and a free modem with your service agreement, all for less money. If you need a faster, more reliable connection for streaming, gaming, or working remotely, you need Fiber Me Fast, powered by Geneseo Communications Fiber Internet. Learn more and register your address at fibermefast.com.
Start your day with Rod and Tom, then get updates throughout the day on 103.9 WLPO. Starved Rock News, Talk, and Classic Rock.
Jeremy Hagan, Derek Brayton back here in the post game, 52-14. LP falls to Morris. Time now for our drive of the game. LP's drive of the game brought to you by Map Quality Fencing and Deck. High quality craftsmanship matched with drive and dedication to ensure customers have a product they can be proud of when they hire Map Quality Fencing and Deck. Of course, 2 scoring drives for LP, both pretty quick drives. The first one was a big touchdown pass, but I'm going to go with that second drive. Now, granted, it was started because of a defensive play. They forced Morris with a turnover, but at the time, a big answer by LP because Morris had scored and tied the game up. And in one of those old school traditional drives where from 2 yards out, LP played some smash mouth football in Moriarty before his injury got in. So I'm going to say that was my drive of the game. Gave LP their second lead of the night, their last lead of the night for a drive of the game. I know it was, it wasn't all that long yardage wise after the turnover, but
right.
But at the time, gave LP momentum 14-7 after the first quarter. So it was about the third or fourth drive of the night. It was pretty early on for the Cavaliers. So we'll give that our drive of the game brought to you by Map Quality Fencing and Deck. Time now for LP Player of the Game brought to you by First State Bank. Locally owned, committed to exceptional service and banking products like Zelle and on-the-go mobile banking. To learn more, contact the winning team at First State Bank. Either I would say Arzola with the touchdown catch. He also had a forced fumble. May had the fumble recovery. Marion had still a pretty good game, 11 of 19, 137 passing yards. Obviously was limited on the ground and limited in the second half, but Persich did have the touchdown pass as well. So those would be my 2 votes, either Arzola or Persich for
offensive line game. Had a pretty decent game with the pass blocking for sure, but when they gave Persich time to throw the ball and he got sacked just a couple of times. Arzola was the leading receiver, also 70 yards.
A couple catches, right? Because he had the one touchdown.
63 yards. Yeah, again, he scores again. It's hard not to.
Yeah, and he had about a 40-plus yard kick return as well to start the drive. So we'll go with Adrian with Marion and the offensive line close second for player of the game, our First State Bank player of the game. 52-14, Morris beats LP. And I want to thank, as always, our sponsors of LP Cavalier Football, Map Quality Fencing and Deck, First State Bank, Fiber Me Fast by Geneseo Communications, Triple Service, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, Town & Country Services, LaSalle Body and Fender, Surf Internet, WeekTech Wealth Management, Illinois Valley Credit Union, Family Pride Cleaners, Edward Jones, Derek Brayton, Taylor Services, Subway, Eureka Savings Bank, Beck's Oil, Spring Valley City Bank, Heartland Auto Body, Blackhawk Brokerage, The Locker Room, Gergovich Family Chiropractic as well. Urge you to visit and do business with all of our fantastic LP Cavalier football sponsors. Just some final thoughts tonight, Derek. Obviously, a tremendous first quarter. LP went toe-to-toe with this Morris team, but that Morris offense is just something to see. They wore LP down. And, once LP just got behind by 2 or 3 scores, as one of those where the snowball just kept rolling down the hill.
Yeah, it's real tough to play catch up when they move the ball like they do. And we mentioned our LP defense was on the field quite often.
Yeah, warm night.
Yeah, warm night. The offensive line just wearing down, and Varner gets rid of the ball quickly. And when you're rushing the quarterback, trying to get to him, and you can't quite get there ever, it just takes a drain on you. And so. It's credit for them for the effort, but it's tough to play catch up.
So best of luck to Morris for the rest of the season, and of course LP can move on and enjoy a big week coming up with homecoming and another tough game with Rochelle. 2-2 now for LP, 3-1 for Morris. Want to thank Michael Redmond back at the WLPO studios engineering our game. Michael Shaw with a tremendous job at the scores as well. Want to thank, of course, Mike Sabatini behind the camera tonight. Again, if you want to watch the LP Cavalier broadcast and listen to it throughout the year on starvrock.media, of course, you can do that. Subscribe. It's one of those rare subscriptions, Derek, where it doesn't cost you a thing. That's a rare thing these days where a subscription doesn't have small print and costing you something.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yep.
And I want to thank Austin Ike from Hall High School. Austin shadowed tonight and hung out with us up here in the press box. And enjoyed having Austin with us tonight, and enjoyed all of you listening and watching. Would have wanted, obviously, a different result, but there's a reason Morris is a top 10 team in the state. And they earned a win tonight, 52-14. Over LP. We'll be back with Cavalier football. We'll have a doubleheader next week. We'll have LP football Friday night and then St. Bede football here in WLPO Saturday afternoon. For Derek Brayton, Jeremy Aiken, signing off. Have a great weekend.
We hope you enjoyed this presentation of 103.9 WLPO Sports.